Hello, welcome back. How are we all? We've not had Kingslayers for what feels like too long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do this anymore, but Raph, last time we left off, tell us what happened.
Cool. And last time we left off, AJ, can you let us know what happened?
Dang.
No, okay. So last we left off, the party spent a few days relaxing in Ariel Keep, attending to some business and also just spending time with each other. We finished up our meeting with Kelsier, in which Zeph stayed behind to comfort and help him along after some heartbreaking conversations between him and his brother. Calcinder and Zamani spent some pleasant time together. Zeph visited the Corvithul Rookery in Ariel and managed to meet with some fellow Corvithul and perhaps a new family or something of the sort. Zamani spent some day at court at Ariel, attending to all of the relative business, seeing the new wards and children around court. There was a slight moment, which we will not go into, between Zamani and Vokatil. Look, it happened. It happened.
I fucking hate misunderstandings. They just fucking can't talk to each other. They don't understand that they're saying the same shit, man.
You should have just called out a jury duty. I don't know. You put this on yourself.
Yeah. and Merc and Zeph spent a very nice time together, collecting Kelsier's hidden belongings, and Zeph giving some words of wisdom to Makestiel along the way. And as well, Zeph summoning their new companion, Queenie, a massive warg. And yeah, I think that's about the... Oh yeah, and the whole time Donovan was fucking Sahiri, but you know.
Gee, spoilers, Raph. God damn.
I haven't caught up to this week's episode. What are you talking about?
That was last episode. It's fine.
But yes, a good assessment. The party had some moments in Ariel. Some members went full Karen on the staff, and you like that one?
I don't think I appreciate that. That is not accurate. Excuse you.
No, I watched the VOD. It was pretty accurate.
I mean, yeah.
All I'm saying
I do
is,
work in
how is
retail.
Zeph
I
just
know.
having a few drinks right now, just like...
So upset.
Fucking
She was just like,
annihilated.
I also think a lot of what she didn't consider, or wasn't intending to be threats, were taken as threats, because she was just literally like, "We put a lot of shit on you. Apparently, you need help. Makes sense. My bad." They're just like, "No, I did it. Okay. Oops.
So yeah, as the viewers agree, full Karen moment.
I hate it here."
But
Of course you do. You can't speak to the manager.
Nate, take an
This is
inspiration
like
D6 for today.
It's like aggressive dad joking here right now. Like
Yeah,
super
it's great.
passive aggressive. Like,
It's
Guys,
great.
I've been away for 2 weeks. I've missed this.
Nate's got to get it in.
You've got 2 weeks worth of shit to get off.
Oh, it's wild that it has been that long for you. But yes, last we left off, the party is getting ready to leave for the Ceruvian. They need to make contact with Samael, but as the party is kind of in the evenings of court, people are getting kind of strewn around. The majority of the day's affairs have been settled, as there's a kind of like this tense air of Calicindir and Zamani have to be at court, and Vokatil is just giving like side-eye to Calicindir throughout the day and just like sharing a look. Then there's like a lot of whispers in like deep Elvish around the court that day. But Donnie emerges in a sweaty mess from Sahiri's domain. And as you're all waiting, Zeph, you notice let me get my description up because I was memeing too much. A formidably sized Corvithil figure kind of steps forward, ebony feathers, kind of slightly iridescent as the kind of candlelight catches it. There's a slight shimmer. His kind of like
really
takes in
important for my
everything.
immersion. Full as in tall or like wide?
Yes.
Oh dear.
He is like the Eddie Hall of Corvithil. It's like, boom, boom, boom.
How does he fly? It's a mystery.
God.
Bro, now the wings have biceps. They're just like,
It's
he's
like
allowed
it's
fly
like
in
a
heavy
hummingbird.
armor. He's that good as a Corvithil. But the wings, funny you mention, are his most distinctive feature. A span of a more impressive length than most Corvithil would have. Intricate patterns kind of dyed and into the feathers. You can see like there's scars all on them. each feather seems to have like a rustle of story to it. His beak sharp is like scarred and cut many times. Kind of he looks over everyone and he kind of looks to Calicindir sitting at the top of the court, nods, and then just beelines for Zeph. Welcome to home, I suppose, for you. It's nice to see another of our kind making their way to Arael.
I'm very sorry. It's been a very long time since I've had contact with other Corvithel, as particularly as battle scarred as you are.
Have to make money somehow.
Indeed, I respect it.
It's all right.
My name
I grew
is,
up fighting, so you get used to it.
Mm-hmm. My name is Zephyros. I am currently working with Kingslayers, which is why I'm here today. And yes, I would like to join your rookery if you would like to have another member.
We can make an arrangement to get an abode sorted out for you. Perhaps one a little lower or with a ladder.
I would appreciate that very much. Thank you. There is a question running through my mind. Actually, several, but first and foremost, do you all carry your jobs from your previous clan over to the current clan, or do you get reassigned to a different position?
We don't ask about what happened with previous clans. It's up to you. You can tell us what you're good at. My mate, aren't you? She will help sort out what sort of work you could do around what we need, what suits your skill set. Or if you're a person of action, you can fight with us if you so wish. We are standing soldiers for MRIL. We'll always welcome more able-bodied participants.
How about a position for somebody who will be here once every 2 weeks, maybe, while on adventures and out in the wilds?
I think we'll find something just right for you. No one is turned away.
I hope so. I very much hope so. Is there any rite or initiation that I must pass? Is there a test I can study very nicely?
No, Kelsier has told us a little bit about you. You're all more than welcome.
I see. I promise all the good things that Kelsier has said about me are true. All the strange things that Kelsier has said about me is also likely true. Any defamation claims made against me are probably false.
It is good to know. Well, we'll be more than happy to have you. Next you return, I will get some form of home set for you. It'll be good to get to know you.
Do we use I don't know what it is like in these other clans, but we used to use our names amongst one another. Is that a thing that is held here, or is that a part of the job as well, where we can throw away our old positions for new positions?
You can throw away your old name, you can throw away your old position, you can go by whatever name you so wish. We are not like a typical Corvithil clan. We are a found family, a bunch of outcasts. There's very little staunch tradition left among us, but we are not exactly a typical Corvithil clan.
Right, that much I did figure. It's just a matter of... You know that feeling when you've had, like, a thing for a very long time? Perhaps it is a trinket or a weapon, and it's time for you to move on from it, but... What is the common word that is a sentimental value that is associated with it? It is part of the name, the naming process. So I suppose somebody should know. if it's about to be thrown away, if you don't mind.
You can tell me if you'd like.
Back with my old tribe, they used to call me Kaya Tutua Javaganan. I used to watch over the children.
I must have been tough to leave behind.
It was not a choice that I had to make.
For none of us it was.
And for none of us, it will be.
Not again.
No.
I don't know what brought you to us, but we are happy to have you. Whatever guides your motion. You can find home with us. You can tell us
And
as
I
much
hope
or
you
as little about
continue.
your life. We do not mind.
And I hope you continue to have me.
I will share a little bit of mine, as I do not keep it a great big secret. I was in charge for defending my clan. We lost a great fight. So they went a step beyond. They sold me to Favendel to fight in the pits. A death to fight until dead. But I am hard to kill. They used to call me Vela Kita Patukal. But now I simply go by Malakot.
Vela, it is very nice to have known you, and Malakot, it is very nice to know you.
Likewise. Now, enough of this somber stuff. Let's get a drink in you. Celebrate this new friendship.
Oh, I suppose if that is the tradition or custom, or there's no tradition or custom, you just want to go out for drinks.
Yes, it is a great bonding thing among most of the common folk.
Then I will go out for drinks. Thank you very much.
Alternatively, we could hunt a beast and try and kill it together, but I think a drink is more accessible as of right now.
So Queenie would love the hunting potion. Maybe we could do both?
I'll get my spears. We'll drink as we
I'll
hunt.
grab my drinks.
Drink as we hunt.
Yes.
He kind of looks over
Nothing to
everyone
go
and
wrong.
kind of like scans the crowd. Yeah. No one worthwhile to bring. And he just walks.
I suppose not. I suppose not.
Donnie's like offended in a language he doesn't understand. As all of that took place in Hugin's speech.
Yeah,
But-
Donnie can just sense when someone thinks he's unworthy.
As he walks away, Donnie's
Like
like,
a
I could take
radar.
him. I could take him.
You and me both.
But, Kingslayers, as you get your final preparations, Zeph is going to go hunting for the rest of the evening. What are you doing to get ready for the Ceruvian? Cinder, are you avoiding both Zamani and Vokatil trying to hide in your office, or?
No, he's just trying not to make the situation any worse. I would
That
say
sounds like somebody
he's
who's avoiding
trying.
both people.
Look, Zamani will find him no matter where he is. He knows that. If she wants
True.
him.
I haven't seen.
There's no point in hiding. There is nowhere to hide. But no, I would say Calasander would just be trying to set affairs in order, do as much around the keep he can before he leaves. Again, trying to mend, I suppose, the bridge between Zamani and Vokatil to a certain extent. Not so much mend the bridge between those two, but more so just trying to show Vokatil that she's valued.
Dude, Zamani just needs an explanation of how Vokatil works. That's literally all she needs.
Yeah, but Calasander doesn't know
And then
that.
she can go and apologize.
This
That's
feels
it.
like meta gaming, meta.
Yeah, no, we can't allow that. We can't allow
relationship
that. We can't allow that. So, Calasander, as you're
We're
going
playing
around,
D&D, not marriage counseling.
Yeah.
It's meta marriage counseling. They don't know
Yeah.
that.
Calasander, as you kind of spend your time around the keep looking around, and there's just like it's tense. A lot of the staff are like tense for whatever reason, and like they see you and they like. And they would have like kind of not really paid much attention to you walking through the halls when they're going about their business. You walk through, everyone stands up, prim proper, everything as you go past.
Cool. Bogatil's obviously had a word. That's good. That's good.
Is there anything you wish to specifically do?
I would say in terms of probably not real scenes, but try to set things up for the different wards for the time away, for Viola and Seville. Just to make sure like there is a program, and also just try his best. I suppose he would almost like try to do similar-esque things as he's doing it, just considering they're both arcane, trying to create sort of like programs and bits and pieces for both Bridget and Viola, just for the time he's away.
Yeah. Who are you giving those instructions to?
Crafty. That's a good point. Well, he'll give the ones for Viola to Vocatil, because he knows that she'll handle that. For Bridget, he'll also give it to Vocatil.
Okay. Yeah, she takes them without much like she's kind of these written instructions. She just goes, "All right,
thank you.
I'll see you to it."
Thank you, Vocatil.
No thanks necessary, Malish. You leave. She just kind of stares at you, just like. Or do you succumb to the awkwardness and try and say something?
Nah.
Wait, you said that you were trying to make her feel valued. That you just got your opportunity to role play that out.
Vocatil doesn't care for platitudes and words. She just cares about being let to do her job. So Cal's is letting her do her job. That's what Vocatil needs.
So, anything else you'd like to do?
Nothing really.
Okay.
Beyond that.
Danny, you've had a lot of moments lately, so I'm going to skip past you. Nate, what would you like to do?
Donnie's going to wait for when court starts. Sahiri is going to obviously be punctual for court. So Donnie is going to tactically wait and be late. But he will eventually come out to court stumbling, disheveled, and looking like he's less of a man, having spent a day and a half locked in a bedroom.
Fair.
Sahiri is well put together. She still has the keys on her. She still has the keys.
I'm going to walk out to court like that.
How did you break free?
Yo, Somani, can you help me out here? No.
If I had a nickel for every time that happened in RAL.
Donnie will stumble into court not wearing shoes, as is tradition, and just look out for the Kingslayers and try and eyeball one of them. Calicindia looks busy. Can't find Somani. Mercasio, fantastic. And go and beeline for Mercasio.
Oh, where are your shoes?
Oh,
What's that accent? Wow. Where are your shoes?
oh,
Forgive me.
they're in the room. I'll go get them in a minute. What have I missed? I'm sorry, I was quite literally
fine.
dragged off.
You're good. I mean, you did, die recently. You're gonna live a little. I think. Isn't that what people do once they die?
Well, it's nice to take the new body out for a spin. Same as the old one,
that.
but it's nice to know it all works properly. What happened while I was away?
Well, we went and spoke to Kelsier. And
Yes, I was there for Kizzle.
you were? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's been a while. Like, I'll tell you when
it
I've got a
has.
scene missing.
We went and found some of his stuff like he'd requested Zeph to do.
Oh, anything good?
Dunno, didn't look. We're
What?
told not to look, and we respect Kelsier. Well, Zeph respects Kelsier, and I was just there. So, you know.
All right.
I mean, I suppose, I got to meet Zeph's new friend. Well, new friend. Old friend, but
Oh
they're
god,
new for me.
it's not another ex-girlfriend, is it?
I hope not. I really hope it's not an ex-girlfriend.
He gets
No
around.
shame if it is, but like...
I mean,
Anyway,
there's enough birds around here. It's probably
yeah,
something
there's
worth
a lot
flavor,
of...
but,
Did you see that guy, by the way? And point towards Maricot.
he's pretty big, I guess. I could take him.
Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, yeah, so we went and checked out the rookery, which was cool. And
Oh, good.
yeah,
You met Zeph's ex-girlfriend? Sure, I'm putting it together.
I don't actually know if Zeph knows any of them personally.
Right.
At least I don't think any of them are shopkeepers.
Wait. I feel like the rookery and Zeph's ex-girlfriend are two different things.
Yeah, I'm jumping around. It's been a while. Not Zev's ex-girlfriend. A queen of sorts.
He
Because,
does
you know,
get
we're
around.
surrounded by royalty.
Okay.
You probably hear her or smell her before you see her. She's kind of hard to miss.
Because the other have
Guys, it's a big wet dog. Like,
Yeah, but
it'd
Donnie
stink.
doesn't know that.
Yeah. No, I was explaining for Raph and Vidi, who just went, "What the fuck?"
Macasiel, I think you're having me on.
No.
There is. I've met several markers of royalty, and none of them smell particularly as bad as Calicindia.
Have you ever seen a warg?
Yes.
Therefore, you understand then. Zeph's new friend is a warg. Queenie.
Right. Ah.
Yeah, I was
I
dancing
understand.
around.
Yeah, it was funny to do so. Very well done.
Thanks. I tried.
You really did.
Mm.
What else has happened?
I don't really know. It's awkward air, especially for those two. Point at Zamani and Vocatil if she's in the room. If not Vocatil, then Cal. It's just, I don't know what happened, but something happened, because... I mean, look at that guy. He's not even slouching. Like, there's just, like, they've all become very anal about their jobs. And I think it's because they're scared of something that's happened.
It sounds like court bullshit. They're adults. They're royalty. They'll figure it out. I don't think that's anything for us to care about.
Yeah, true. Other than that, I don't think... I can't think of anything that's been missed.
Perfect. Where is Zeph?
Um...
Come on, you can see fucking everything. Where is he?
Is Zeph in the room, or would Zeph be outside?
Zeff's gone hunting.
Zeph has gone hunting and drinking.
That's right, yeah,
Please,
yeah.
please
Well,
leave a message.
Zeph didn't let anybody know that they went out either. They were just
I
like,
couldn't
bye.
quite tell. I couldn't quite tell where they went, but they went with the big, broad
Yeah.
Corvathil.
Yeah,
I can't really.
I saw him.
I can't speak Hugan speak, so I couldn't quite see what they were saying. But yeah, I mean they've wandered off together, and there was some sense of camaraderie, although reluctant of
It will
Zeph's.
be a good bonding moment for them. I am
Probably.
famished. I'm going to go find something to eat.
Go for it.
That way. Perfect. And
Shoes.
I'll get them later. Don't worry about it. And off I go.
Okay. Are you trying to go somewhere specific, Donnie?
Oh, I'm literally going to the first place that has food.
So you just
I
head
don't
for the
know,
kitchens and consume.
Yeah. Yeah, I am a husk of a man. I've been drained, and
You need to get your fluids back.
That soul sucked back. Yeah.
so I need calories.
I need all the pasta in this building now.
Yeah.
Give me carb.
Carbload, I've got
I'm gonna do
45
that.
minutes before I gotta clock back in.
I don't give a fuck about court right now. I've been courting for a day and a half now. I'm gonna get some food.
Okay. Next, Zamani. As Merkestiel and Donnie are talking, Calicinder's gone off in a hurry. Zep has gone hunting. What are you doing?
I thought I was told I needed to be a part of court things as well.
The court is over now.
Okay.
So it's like an end of court.
I mean, if Cal ran away, then Zamani's probably gonna spend time with Bridget because no one else fucking does. You've been indisposed. Don't give me that. I'm here. Look, Mr. Chained to a bed for the last 2 days.
Day and a half.
Wait,
Okay.
there were chains?
If you're doing it right.
True. Changes torment is a spell.
So yeah, you find Bridget, spend time. You go there and she kind of like blankly looks at you. Like kind of surprised that you're there. Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh? Hi. Well, we're having to leave soon, so I thought we might get to hang out for a little bit, if that's okay.
I'm reading.
You're reading? What you reading about? Or do you want me to leave you alone so you can read?
I don't know. I'm reading my dad's books. She kind of has like all of Jordaner's books kind of sprayed out, kind of across. She's like, either she's copying them or she's making new notes based off what she's seeing, or she's just recopying it. Her handwriting for a child is extremely good.
Well, can I just hang out with you while you study then?
Okay, but
And
you
if you want to take a
gotta
break?
be quiet.
Oh, of course. Before you start, though, I did bring up about what you heard people talking about, and no one should be calling you those things again. Okay?
Okay. It's like my kids.
That's good. Demi's just kind of gonna like spend time. Like she'll probably be going through a gear or something while we're just doing stuff, just to kind of like spend some time together. And then if she takes a break, then they'll go do something silly or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of breaks for food. I don't know. You kind of see this kind of like peering down her book. It's like you see where she's just like page after page has written like the same couple notes from the pages over and over. Whether she's trying to memorize, you're not sure, but she's like just repeating them.
Is it like something like that is concerning, or just like learning magic kind of
No,
stuff?
it's like instructions on like Sapperstone.
Do you have any Sapperstone
I have like little bits.
besides the bit that you exploded for?
And she pulls out like a little bag. She's got like a couple like penny-sized ones, just like little kind of chunks.
These are cool. You could probably turn them into little necklaces or something as well. Did you get them from your dad?
I got them from I don't want them to be necklaces.
True, but it would be nice to be able to have something to keep for long term, since it is something that your dad gave you.
Sapperstone's meant to be used though.
That's true. I just didn't know if this Sapperstone specifically held a special place because it was something that was given to you by him.
No, I have his books.
That's fair.
No. Sapperstone it's like food. It's meant to be eaten.
Eaten?
But like used. I don't know how to say it properly.
That's fair. I never seen it. I'm sorry, I just saw what AJ put in the chat. That makes sense. I've only ever seen it in like imbued into large scale items and things. I've never seen it like used the way that your dad and you use it as like little explosives.
Yeah. Most people are too stupid to figure it out.
I don't know if I would say stupid.
I would.
I guess that's fair. Well, if you live your whole life walking on land and then one day you see the people flying, you had never thought you could fly before. Is it stupid to think that?
I can't fly.
No. Well, I guess you could potentially one day with some magic.
Yeah, but like as a creature, like I wasn't born with wings.
True. But if you never knew that you could fly and if you did have wings, it's not necessarily stupid because no one else around you else could fly.
If you have wings and you don't know if you can fly, you're definitely a little stupid.
You know that there are animals with wings that can't fly, right?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
There are some birds that are so big that they can't fly.
Nuh-uh.
I'm just assuming that ostriches exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Zoani will kind of like sketch out like what they look like.
No.
People
That
will
creature is
ride on them and they
definitely
run.
stupid. Look at it.
But it seems to get along just fine.
I mean, stupid people know how to breathe. I mean, stupid.
That's a bit harsh, don't you think? Damn.
Well, I mean, like, if they didn't know how to breathe, they wouldn't be alive.
I mean, fair. Does. I'm so concerned for this fucking child. I do not know how to articulate it.
That's great. I love this.
Des, this is a wonderful child. Keep going.
It's a bit harsh.
How? I didn't call anyone specifically stupid. I just said stupid people still know how to breathe. It's like a fact.
No, I understand that. I guess it's just there can be multiple factors as to why something might not happen besides them being stupid.
Yeah. But, like, if you're stupid, that's a really big factor.
True. But there are also people who aren't stupid who it also applies to.
What applies to?
Nothing. I'm sorry. I feel like I've confused you.
Can I have one of those birds? I'm gonna teach you to fly.
No. You can't teach it to fly. It doesn't work that way.
I
It's
can
too
use
heavy.
magic.
Its bone- You said you can't fly yourself, so if you can't even fly with magic, how do you expect to make the bird fly with magic?
I'll learn.
It might
I
be one
mean,
thing
you
can
can
go on an
fly.
adventure and
Can't be
find
that
out. I
difficult.
can fly. Well, I mean, I guess it depends.
I
don't
just
fly
need
with
to get
magic,
some
I just
big
fly with
wings. Yeah, I like
True.
make those.
That is an option, I think. I don't know how that works, though. I've never seen anybody make wings for themselves. I've just seen people fly magically. Except for like ASMRs, but that's kind of a whole like
No, there was one of
built-in thing.
one of Samael's generals. He like took the wings off some creature and put it on someone else. I guess you can do it.
sounds very painful.
I just screamed, but like.
Fair. Susan Moy is just like, I wish to just protect all of the little children so they won't have to deal with all these horrible traumatic things. She's just like,
Just
"God
wait
damn
until we
it.
meet with Elrin again.
Stop. I'm fine with the scene fading out. You're just torturing me now.
Yes, I am. Silence is beautiful. So, as everyone's about their business, Merkestiel, after your conversation with Donovan, what are you doing?
Something that's very unlike Merc. I'm gonna go to the library and do some study. I know, right? Whole new me.
Sorry, what?
How is
Yeah,
this
that
gonna
test-
see Merc enter and just like double take? Like, wait, what the fuck?
You're gonna be
That
like, what the
test
fuck's
must
happening?
be right
Something's
around
going
the
wrong.
corner.
The test
The
is in
test must be
25
right around the
minutes.
corner from Merc. Exactly. Merc is just like, oh my god, the test is in like 20 minutes. Gotta go to the library.
Merc wants to see if she can find anything on Urbosa specifically around Celelio's section, but just general stuff on Urbosa.
Okay. I think it'd be more interesting than me answering if these sort of books exist in Ariel Keep. Calicinder, these sort of books you would have gotten stocked for your library.
So just break down what is it exactly that you want?
Merkestiel goes to find Calicinder. Scene start. Scene start.
Yeah.
Hey Cal.
Okay, still
Have you-
strange to see you here. What?
Yeah, I know.
What can I help you with?
Information on Urbosa, specifically around Celelio's section of it. You know.
You'll find information here that goes into the cosmology of Quenthos and that discusses Urbosa, but not in any great detail as to the beings that inhabit those planes, but more so on the planes themselves, how they operate, how they work. There may be things about the moon, which is where I know Celelio is said to reside, but I don't
There's a
think you'll
moon?
find anything too specific to Celelio here. She did try to burn this entire place down, after all. Be a bit of a...
Yeah, true. You know. I mean, the moon thing sounded promising. If there's anything on the moon, what? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that other planets have moons, but
Yes.
it just didn't occur to me that the celestial one had a moon. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, some of the moons are destroyed on some of the worlds. Some have more than one. It's quite interesting. If you want to refresh your knowledge or on the worlds outside of Quenthos, then there is a few books here that can detail that.
Is it so much refreshing as, you know, I didn't pay attention in any classes in the college.
Right, just give me 1 second in that case. Carson just like scoots over to where there's like almost a section that's probably constructed for some of the kids and just pulls out a book that's just
Fuck.
like this kid's book of like the universe.
Merkel just give him
for
a look like,
Um,
are you fucking kidding me?
Oh wow, the magic treehouse.
Yeah, it's got like lovely drawings and like artwork of the different planes and like artist interpretations of them all. I mean, here's one that should provide you a somewhat.
Did you just bring up the
concise-
equivalent of Dante's Inferno?
in a children's book? Um,
Okay.
this is a brief. If you want more in-depth information, then there are some other ones here. But see what you can make of this. There is a section here, a few pages on Rebosa. If you want more than this, then there's this book over here. So we'll just gesture to picture section. Now, not the best collection here, but it's what we have to make do with. A few books here that may hold a bit more. But like I said, on Celelio herself, won't find too much.
Mm-hmm. Radio. And just so I know, because I'm probably saying it wrong, what's the spelling on the plane? Is it Urbosa, Rebosa?
Rebosa, so
Re-
Rabosa.
Great. I've been saying it wrong the whole fucking campaign. Let's go.
Look, never too late. Never too late to learn.
Rabosa. Is it full of rabbits?
Merkestiel, you weren't paying attention. Are you paying attention now? It's not full of rabbits. God.
I mean, it's a picture book. Cal. Sure, let's have a look at it. Merkel
Well, you
starts
said that you
flipping
weren't
through.
paying attention, and
Yeah, but I'm also like, you know, over 30. So, you know.
well, like I said, start with this and choose your starting point afterwards.
I know that we all must seem so young to you, Mr. Wise Old Star Elf, but come on.
Some more than others.
Merkel just start flipping through kind of, a bit tersely and then actually get into the kid's book. See that there's colouring pages at the back. But yeah, just have a flick through, see what she can pick up.
Yeah, so you kind of find loose based on like the cosmology, like of the plane itself being kind of home to angels, large celestials, and notes on this is where the ascended gods went to. It's where they now call home, and it's interesting. It's, if I'm remembering correctly, it has one moon, I believe.
Robosa, I'm fairly sure it has 2 moons.
2. Okay. Where, do you have the document on that? I know we did something on that.
Yeah, let me just.
Because I think that was one you created, not me.
No, this is just the one from our world building stream.
You just send it off to me so I can just have a.
Yep.
If you have it.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, for some reason I think you're the original creator of this, or maybe I am, because when I searched my Google Drive, it was not there. Okay, perfect. So yeah, it talks a little bit about there's a great being who calls Robosa home, that like protects the entire realm. It talks of a great worm made of jade. It talks that it has 2 moons, one believing to be where one of the ascended Celelio calls home, and the other believes where the goddess Sarah calls home. It talks about the equivalent of a woad there, the white oak. It seems to be something that tethers the gods to Robosa.
Okay. Interesting.
And there's a very nice picture of a
Wild.
hollowed white oak with gold leaves. And it says each leaf is a soul of a celestial who died protecting the realm.
It's a lot of celestials dying to protect realms. Cool. Yeah, the more in-depth books. Is there anything on the moons?
I would
The
say
more in-depth ones, or not really?
not really. It wouldn't make a lot of sense that Calisander would have them, as he's not going to look for them strictly. As this is a library literally cultivated by Cal. I think there's like basic
I would say,
information
like,
to learn about the cosmology, but as about like the intricacies of each god, Calisander didn't give a fuck about the ascended.
I was gonna say there would be
yep.
books in there that'd be like, this is like information about the ascended, but like very like facts, as it's not really goes into depth about any of them in particular. And the books about Robosa would be like very much like almost sort of just geographical essays about the planet itself, and not so much about the beings residing on it. And if so, it's more so talking about like just basic celestials and the like.
Yeah. Cool. Does it speak of connections to this plane? Like how to get there from here?
Everything
assuming
is
pathways
connected
through
by the woad.
woads?
Everything is connected by the woad. That's the only thing we
That
got.
would, I imagine that would be like first page of the picture of the children's book would just be like, everything is connected by the woad. It's a picture of just like woads
A
on different
tree
planes.
giving all these planets a hug. Okay. Awesome. Cool. What else? If Cal has any old books on the guiding light / dying god.
See, you would need to. It depends. Yes, there would be a lot of literature there about the dying god, but he doesn't publicly put anything up about the guiding light. So it depends which aspect you're looking about. Do you want like the starless and post-shattering version
I
of
don't
the dying
want the
god?
propaganda. I
Okay. Do you want
to know?
Do you want the
I
theology
suppose,
or
actually,
the?
no. I'm gonna go talk to Cal about this shit because we still haven't talked about what the fuck happened in Irisphere.
I'm gonna get a cola for this.
Yep.
Cal's just reading, just like one eye the whole time, just like looking over at McKess still there. Just went, all right, this is
do you
unusual.
have
This
the
is
staff?
unexpected.
Do you have the staff with you?
Oh, of course, it's always resting by his side.
Cool. Yeah, you see one of the eyes on the cloak just shoop to the shoulder and just look at the staff. And then Merc will just go, hey, I haven't asked you yet because I figured it was, what's a word for positively traumatizing? Anyway, like overwhelming in a
know.
good way?
Happiness?
Yes, bigger than that. Anyway, what happened in the ruins?
Right. Okay. I wasn't sure where you were going to go with that, but
Religious ecstasy? I don't know. Anyway.
no, I think that was Donovan. No, the ruins of Erosphere. Right. That is quite something to get into. I suppose what I found out was the truth. There. A revelation on the deity known as the Guiding Light. Or, I should say to most, as the Dying God. Learning a lot more about who he is, what it is that he wants people to believe in, what it is that he truly stands for and truly represents. His purpose, his mission for the world, and the one that he carries out, and what my role in that is, and understanding the journey that I've been on, why I've been on it, and I suppose seeing its end in my sight. This was
Okay.
something I was going to tell everyone, but it feels strange to say, but I am no longer, by any extent, I think, mad or the like.
Can I insight
The
that?
voices in my head that have long plagued me have ceased. The shatterings of reality around me have also similarly ceased. There is clarity in my mind, Macastiel. Clarity along with the truth and the light of knowledge that has been passed down onto me. But I understand everything now. I see the full picture of the whole deal, I suppose.
How do we know it's clarity and not the end of an episode?
You'd have to be there, I suppose. It's not something I can provide any factual documentation about, but rather what I experienced was nothing but the truth. At least of my goals. My mission that I first set out upon over a century ago is finally reaching its end. I suppose, depends how much you want to hear about the Guiding Light.
What is this great mission, holy undertaking, their goals? What you talked around that, but what do
I was
they
unsure
want?
of how much it interested you.
A god is about to step back into the world after being gone for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know how that will affect things.
Right. Well, I think core to the Guiding Light and his being is his afterlife, the luminous expanse, a plane of vast ethereal beauty. Let me tell you, it was beautiful, but it is a home to all souls that do not have a resting place. All of those faithful to him and otherwise, all of those that would be rejected and cast out for not praying, for not believing, taken in, given safe harbor. An afterlife for all. That has been cut off now since his shattering, but has now been reopened. Providing for that, caring for that, enabling souls to pass through to that afterlife is his purpose more than anything. Guiding everyone in both life and death.
Huh.
Those that lead this are known as Dawn Hands. Myself
Merkel
being...
look at Cal's hands.
You would see that there is very clearly a very new inscription. Instead of the old dying god symbol on the back, the marking, it has changed to that of the guiding light.
Which is?
An outstretched hand in front of a sunrise. I believe that's right, Des, if I got it from memory. Okay, cool.
Huh. What color is the sunrise?
The whole thing is just like a silver, just almost
Silver,
like a white
okay.
against it. Which is just the same color it was before. It's just very much stayed the same, almost like a starlight. No,
I'm just glad it's not a red sun.
but I suppose there is another part of this that would interest you. But I know what the Ascended are, Mercustia. And it's something that I've long contemplated, but it is all but proof now. They are but aspects, fragments of his being, of his own, I suppose, personality, his character. You have Zygolia, who guides the souls to the afterlife, and what is her symbol of office but a staff with a lantern at the end of it, just holds up the exact replica, of which she uses to guide the souls to the afterlife. You have Celelio, mad, but also light and hope. You have Lezephican, proud, martial, a warrior, but also brazen and foolish, just like the one who led a solo war against the Jotun, bringing death and destruction. Then you have Nemavana, the... Well, I'm trying to remember exactly what was like the specific thing for Nemavana that just slipped my mind.
Life
Kind
and
of
love.
like the
That's
love, compassion, the hope. Not the hope, the love, the
Yeah.
compassion, the kind of.
Love and compassion,
The-
that's right. Before I made a mistake there. Then you have Nemavana, hope, much like he is the hope. Love, compassion, those are his core tenets.
As you say, compassion and love. Merc definitely light. There's just a bit of a, yeah, I made a right choice. Sort of nod to it.
But they used his gift to ascend, and in doing so, they took upon part of himself.
The artifact is a shard.
It is very much what I've always argued, and I still believe it to be true.
Wow. I mean, that had been rumored for
Well, this is what, as I said, I have always argued. But yes. So a lot. And a lot that is requiring my thought going forward.
So, do we know what happens to the Ascended once they return? Do they lose the powers? Do they lose themselves?
They are Celestials on Robosa. That will not change.
Yeah, but he's a fucking old god.
Precisely, but that depends on his choice. From what I know, I don't think he'll be vengeful.
Okay.
I think it depends if they decide to cause harm. But
I don't think Nemavan.
no. And I don't think you need to be too concerned when we have a much greater threat on the horizon.
Yeah, true. Very true.
If you did want to read a bit more, and I do have these old books here, which I picked up from within Aerosphere, which can provide a lot more information if you want to know the core tenets and beliefs, as well as also some of the rites conducted by the old teachings.
I think I'm good. I think this is enough knowledge for the moment. Holy shit. Literally, holy shit. Well, congrats, Cal. It's a big achievement for you and your people. Be
Thank you.
immensely proud.
Thank you. But it is something for the whole of Quenthos, I hope.
So do I.
Let me know if there's any other books you want, by the way.
Hmm.
I can
just
try
want
to
to know
source.
where do the birds fit into, you know, the guiding light? I mean,
do you
Nevervana
mean?
is 3 birds. Does that mean that the guiding light is 3 birds as well?
No. No,
Okay.
I don't think. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that they take apart that they are entirely him. There still is a dimension of it that is celestial and connected to Robosa, hence their place there. As well as they
Okay.
are their own beings.
They're
by all
Robosan
means.
birds. Okay, that makes more sense.
Right. Let me know if there's anything else you need, my guest.
Yep, will do. And Merc will just wander off, just muttering to herself about where the fuck do the birds fit in.
So each of you goes about your day doing various activities.
Sorry, one more thing, Des.
Okay, yeah.
One more thing I need to do. I'm gonna open the book to Samuel's page.
That's exactly where I was going with this, so.
Oh, perfect. I imagine that the whole group would have decided when we wanted to leave. We would have had some point to be like, yeah, we're leaving this evening type of thing.
Yeah, I imagine so.
We're leaving now. Go, 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 go.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we were leaving tonight.
Yeah, okay, good. Samuel, it's been quite a while, but I was hoping that you were available to finally take us all to the Ceruvian. I believe it is time to collect the next shard. If you are still able to take us there, that would be greatly appreciated this evening.
Message comes back through. Have everyone you need assembled in a location that's discreet in about 20 minutes. My entrances are distinct.
Understood. I'll make sure we're well away from where prying eyes can see. Elsinda will
Also,
settle.
strong reason why you're doing this stuff at night, guys. He's a vampire.
Yeah.
He's a-
Yeah. I have the Pegasus. I've got Stella summoned. Do we want to take mounts? Do we need mounts? Or nah?
Let's go without mounts for now.
So if you heard a Queenie's got to stay back at home.
Merc will just look at.
You got to find a
Merc will
new
look
pet
at,
in the Ceruvian desert.
You gotta find
Look,
a
it's-
desert themed pet.
She'll look at Stella
I-
and put a hand on, like the snout, and as Merc touches, she just dissolves into stars and just joins the night sky.
Queenie's obviously got to become a prairie dog now.
Oh, I was thinking like a chihuahua.
Better.
Oh.
Perpetual lapdog
Yes.
chihuahua, you know?
She's gonna hurt you.
She has that energy.
Oh yeah. She has that feral chihuahua energy.
So, about 20 minutes pass, you find a discreet location just outside Ariel Keep. I assume you don't do it in the castle anyway.
No. Smack bang in like the main hall. Dinner time. No. It'd be outside, like on the outskirts, like around like the forest areas where no one really is. A bit hidden.
Okay. So as you're kind of all standing around making idle chit chat, small talk about the day, kind of waiting, Cassian, you're trying to keep track of time here. You're like, it's probably about 20 minutes now. A couple minutes pass, and then you kind of feel the air gets heavy again, and similar to that kind of paralyzing feeling you once had, there's like, you look to kind of just the wards of the tree line, and almost like an archway of blood forms between two trees and pours down, forming a large doorway that Samael steps through.
Samael?
I'm glad you chose somewhere outside. That would be a nightmare to clean up.
True.
Good for the
I
trees,
pity
I
the poor
guess.
person to wander through here and wonder what happened.
The animal should get to it first.
Are we all ready to
I
go?
don't believe. Yes, I don't believe you've met before, though. This is Zephyros.
Hello.
This, is
Kind of
Samael.
takes his gauntlet and pulls it off. Pleasure to meet you, Zephyros. Samael, Saint of Undeath.
You just look at the hand and look at the rest of the group.
Merc just goes,
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Zephyros. And
It's
just
a pleasure to
very
meet you.
You do
apprehensively.
you, Zeph.
Are we all ready?
Yes.
Sure.
Sorry things didn't go according to plan.
That's all right. Everyone has hiccups. I hope your friend is all right.
We'll find out.
He kind of stops for a second and looks at Donnie and just goes, "You look shit.
Yeah.
Feeling all right?"
No.
He died.
Oh,
I mean, I died too, but he really died.
Perhaps something for us to discuss at some point in a bit more detail.
Maybe we talk on the other side of that portal, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the smell of
that's
iron
not
is kinda
timed. I
getting
can
to me.
keep that going. Kind of.
I just imagine there's just a constant, just a fountain of blood.
Yeah, no, it's just like pouring and dripping down.
Just continually
Is that-
pouring out.
No,
Does
I mean
that
like
blood come from anywhere?
Can we
Or is
just
that just-
go?
Is it collected and curated, or is it just an endless supply of O
Oh,
negative?
imagine just a big
Guy-
puddle of like
wait.
coagulated blood
you
in
don't want
buckets.
don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to, right?
Oh, I want to know the answer.
Yeah. No, you
Morbid curiosity and all that.
Probably
feels
dead.
like
Anyway,
you
We're
really
gonna
don't.
smell like blood
It's,
for a week.
Let's go. Let's go.
Make sure to donate platelets if you can and are able to.
What a weird thing to say, Seth. Go through.
I don't think we have blood
Uh,
transfusions in this world. Really?
It's gonna get caught in my fur.
Everyone
I'll
needs
walk
platelets.
through.
That's not a doorway you want to hesitate going through. It just makes it worse.
Don't even think about
You
it.
see a Samuel kind of gets to walk through at the end. He just goes, takes his shield and just puts it above his head and walks through.
Smart.
And you find yourself instantly a lot kind of different senses. The Ceruvian is cold at night.
Are we covered in blood, or does it like evaporate off us?
No, as you guys all walk through, you're like just like seen from Carrie going through just head to head. But as you walk through, you kind of see Samuel as he passes at the very last. He kind of waves a hand, and the blood literally kind of pulls off your body through the air and into his hand.
Ugh.
Oh, that was
Don't need
recycled
that.
blood.
Thank you for saving me a prestidigitation.
I'm not wasteful.
How many
That's
people
fair.
have walked through that door? When was the last time you cleaned this blood?
Normally, it's only
don't
me.
ask questions you don't want the answer to.
How long does Celestial? Anyway,
No. Just
We're a few days,
Some
well,
things are
a
best
few
left a
hours
mystery.
walk from the storm.
Thank you.
Storm.
Well, we're going to have to try and get into the shifting oasis. They're not exactly. I've been following the storm. It's surrounded by perpetual sandstorm.
Okay, good. That sort of storm's good. The other one, not so much. Merc is checking the sky.
It's cloudless.
I can do a little bit about the wind, but it'll still be a bit of a mess.
I suppose a bit of information. The Ceruvian elves aren't exactly hospitable, but I've been scouting the shifting sandstorm for a while. They've spotted me many times. They've sent a couple raiders out to greet me. I've sent them back to inform of our arrival.
Excellent.
So I don't imagine we'll
Some
face much
people need-
resistance. But normally they only allow people who are going
What
to bring
type of-
worth to the tribe, so I brought small offerings for their leader.
What do the Ceruvian elves value?
Not gold. They don't have much value for that, but items, goods, medicines, herbs, textiles, foods. The center of the shifting storm is a beautiful oasis, and it's a bit mysterious, but it is home. It's cradled amidst cliffs, so once we get in, it is a place of peace. So no weapons will be drawn when we're at the center. But
Sounds good.
Eye of the Storm. Sounds good.
Much for us to carry? I don't see much in the way of cargo.
no, I've got everything that I've brought as an offering tucked away.
Right.
And do you really think
Yeah.
gods need carts? Saints, gods, same thing.
Men is a free money.
You say that the Ceruvian elves are not very friendly?
They're known for being raiders.
Also, they're very rude.
I
Well,
mean, the desert isn't a friendly
If you're
place.
if you get caught on the edge of the sandstorm, normally by yourself, if they pick you up, they'll probably just rob everything that you have that they could get use of and leave you on the edge of the storm.
Perhaps we
They're
could call
fucking Mad Max
them.
elves.
Perhaps we could call them the rude Ceruvian elves of the sandstorm.
I'd avoid that.
Get the fuck out, Viddy. Get the fuck out, Viddy. Leave.
It's a sandstorm. I had to.
I know, but
Anything we need to do before we go in, or are you all comfortable and ready?
No,
I don't think so.
it's comfortable
Thank
as
you.
you can be in the middle of the desert.
Thank
Agreed.
you for preparing everything in advance for us, Samuel.
I feel like it's a positive step in our continued endeavor if we're working together.
Agreed.
Speaking of positive steps, there are some things that I want to speak to you, perhaps once we get there, but...
I mean, we
Few
have a
more.
few hours walk ahead of us.
Right, so let's start walking. Start jumping off.
Walk the
Da-da-da-da-da.
dog.
So, as I was
So-
mentioning, I'd learnt... So, let's do that for next few hours.
We're just penguins.
So, I heard from Macastia.
Little penguins.
Dear, sorry.
Glorious.
This is a porta wife right there.
This your wife is an 11 out of 10, mate.
100%. So, what is these things you wish to discuss?
Right. So, I heard from Macastia about you did suggest the potential of finding Anathor's soul so that we could resurrect him.
I forgot about that.
Well, every day that passes, it makes it a little harder to try and pull towards the soul. I don't know if it's still... I don't know how intact it is, to be perfectly honest with you all. I'd planned to destabilize that region completely and set up a kingdom out of the basis of it, so I didn't really think about preserving souls. Now, mind you, I claimed a lot of souls to use as a power source. Anathor's being one of many, and it may still be available. I have not tapped into the trove of energy I had stored up. It would be difficult. I'm sure the soul would be very traumatized, but it is possible to bring him back. Maybe.
Can you explain the process by which you store souls? How exactly you achieve that, and where?
It would have been... Well... When you're under the sleeping bloodline, you do act in my interests, you would have known, well, used the rights at the time to, how would I say it, send the soul to me. As a saint, I do have access to a small celestial domain that I do not travel to myself because I don't want to get trapped on the other side. But I have energy, and working in good conjunction with the gods that sainted me can get these things pulled back towards me.
All right.
Yeah, mind you,
if we can try.
the fellow who sainted me is not exactly the nicest.
No. But we should try.
I can try. I do not even know if I don't know if Anathor would be willing to return. I don't know if the Anathex's realm of existence, I'm told, is, well, not exactly pleasant.
All right.
Part of the worship that goes
No.
to me does go towards Anathex, as my celestial power does travel through that direction. But the things we do. I said I can try.
Alright.
I can try pull the soul towards it. I would need the body. So I'd have to go to Burton and personally see the body.
All right.
Not exactly
mention
public
this idea to
friend
King.
number one.
No, I did mention the idea to Everett, who did seem positive towards trying whatever we could. So that would need to be discussed. That would
Well, I'm
need to be
willing.
discussed.
The longer you leave it, the harder it gets day by day. I don't know if Anathex would so use a soul, so it's something ideally we should do sooner rather than later.
All right.
It has been quite some time,
That's-
if you'll remember, since I sent you all to kill Anathor.
Yes, I haven't forgotten it. Don't worry.
I don't imagine you ever will.
Zeph, they're talking about the father of the king that they killed.
Thank you for the clarification. I was a little confused.
I'm struggling to keep up myself, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
It is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I didn't know everybody
Right.
was listening in on our whisper.
I can read lips, and you guys
Sorry,
are
what's
behind
what's
me.
being spoken back there?
I'm a
To
saint.
To be fair,
I can hear
when
quite
you
well.
whisper and all you do is do this, when you whisper, everyone can still hear you.
And besides, Donnie has a
So-
booming voice.
Zamani, that was for the benefit of the audience, not for the benefit of the party.
Well, I'm sorry, Zamani.
Who's this
Zephyros has a
audience
beak
you're
that
talking
is about
about?
this long, and that would mean that I would have to whisper like this.
Plus, there's 6 of us in this group. We're all sort of like pretty close to each other, and it's a desert.
Cassio
It's
can
not the
see
loudest.
invisible things and hear things on other planes. There's not a
Yeah.
lot of things that can happen with a little bit of a whisper.
Well, that was very productive.
Sorry.
That's all right.
But yeah, so maybe next we can go look into seeing if we can get Anathor's soul back.
I make no promises, but we can try.
That is fair. Thank you for not getting false promises.
Well, that probably isn't a great suggestion. Forget it.
Speaking
Anyway,
of getting souls back, it would be remiss of
So really, ooh, can I have my son's help with too, please?
it would be remiss of me not to ask, and you can probably see I'm a shell of a man.
yes, you're
um,
deteriorating.
Yeah. So we didn't kill the lich, and I got disintegrated while holding the phylactery.
Bad move.
Not my best moment. How bad is it?
It's bad.
If anyone was going to know, it would be you. How fucked am I?
Who brought you back? Sexes, I imagine.
Yeah.
Strong magic.
It was this
You're about
It's the least he could do, but
you're about half
yes.
a person right now.
Yeah.
That body's
It
not going to
hurts.
last you though.
No.
I can fix that.
What do you mean?
You're in a living body right now. Living bodies need a full soul to function. I could give you an unliving body that does not rely on your own life energy to function. So you
Relies
may
on-
get paler.
Quite bronze. I've worked hard on the complexion. Not Nathan, by the way. That's Tony. I'm quite pale. At what cost?
Well, eternal consumption of blood, fear of garlic
Oh.
that most people believe is not a real thing.
Oh no, I love pizza.
An aversion to geometric shapes that some people believe is not also a thing.
That's not real, right? You're just having me
No.
on.
Well, no, you won't be able to
Yeah.
enter someone's abode without permission. That is something I've worked greatly to overcome.
Oh no, I have a career to attend to. How long do you think I've got?
I
know
can
I'm
check,
through
but
it,
it's.
But
I'd like it if everyone turned around while I check, as weird as that sounds. Mikesi will flip the cloak inside out.
I don't have to get
Sure.
naked, do I?
No, but I will have to taste your blood. I don't know how bad it's
yeah.
gotten.
Everyone's allowed their
Right.
privacy.
Merkel put the cloak into the bag of holding nearby and then shut her eyes.
As everyone kind of turns around, he kind of just pulls a fingernail down your arm. As you see, it just kind of opens up a little bit, and the blood kind of pools through. And he brings it to his lips, kind of like a good wine does. He swish around and he just spits it out on the ground.
Is that bad, huh?
You're quite sour.
Yeah. That's original recipe, I'm afraid.
Come on, Donovan. You said you could have taken me. You couldn't even be Gromithia. Come on.
Oh, I'm a shell of a man now. Should have given it a go. Confidence is for the living, Samael.
Well,
And you and I are both outside of that anymore.
correct. You have about a month before it starts getting bad. And I
In your
mean
professional
bad.
Yeah. In your professional opinion, how far away am I from Gromithia?
In distance or in skill?
No, I'm quite aware of where I am in skill. Don't fight a lich in the domain.
You fought him in his lair.
Yes, I'm gifted with charm, not with
You're gifted with
the
charm.
abun-
Okay, we might be turned around. We can still hear you though.
You can all turn back around. This is.
No. It's better if they don't. I'm being humiliated right now,
Oh.
and they don't need
He
to see
still
that.
has his clothes
no,
on.
I
That-
absolutely-
okay,
Merc's
I
half
understand
got her
now.
cloak on and it's just like an eye is just looking at Donnie.
You
just
still
like,
owe me
what
a
the fuck?
favor, Donnie. I can watch if I want.
I need you guys to go back like the last 3 minutes and just listen to that conversation and imagine your eyes are closed. It's not. It's
So
oh, it's a little sour.
it sounds like I have
I heard someone spit something out.
barrels, all of you.
Gobby is a free elf. Donnie has given.
You wrote that, Nate.
Nate, that was your roleplay moment. It just got worse with every line.
I hate all of you.
This
No,
is
I don't.
Donnie's canon moment.
Distance from Gromithia. He doesn't exactly give me much worship, but I did have a strong hand in giving him his magic. You need help tracking him down. Is that what this is about?
By my math, and I am not Kalasinde, but I understand the process. I have two choices here. One, sacrifice what's left of this husk to you, and take the offer, or go and get the rest of my soul back.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't ask. I would very much like to kill that motherfucker.
That makes sense. I wouldn't imagine you'd want him alive.
No, I want my soul back.
I mean, we know where he's going.
To
Very
the
dangerous
Emperor
place.
of Ghouls, right?
More than likely. Dangerous place.
Where?
Well below. Far through. Well,
Look over the Calasindia. Your home. That's where he is?
well, in the same domain, but far, far away from where the Starless live.
Yes.
Well below is a great
He's-
expanse.
With the
Oh,
Emperor
yeah.
of Ghouls.
I haven't been there much. But the Emperor of Ghouls is near your house?
No. Weeks march for an army.
A long
They're
time.
basically neighbors.
I'm
All too
Australian.
much.
That's a regular measurement.
All too close, but at the same time, still enough of a journey.
So I've got a few weeks before I start to feel it. when I
No,
feel it,
you're
I'll really
feeling
start
it.
to
You've
feel
got a few
it.
weeks before it gets bad.
Yeah.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Jen.
Bad.
Those 2 weeks of disappointed dad looks.
Gotta get him. You gotta re-up on it. And whoever's making the next roll gets an
I think you're
advantage.
getting-
Zamani, you get an
Oh,
next
thank
roll.
you, Darkness.
That's what I thought it was.
Yay, somebody did.
Validating the chaos.
Validating that
You're
chaos.
just-
X
you're just-
Agent of
You're
Darkness.
just positively reinforcing the chaos.
Look, if you're very concerned about all this, I'm willing to help.
Like any advice you've got?
Gromathir is not necessarily under my thumb, but I can move around a bit more freely than you all.
True.
I assume you have already people working on this in some way or the other, but if you can't, I can perhaps find a way to make a link to Gromathir and force him out of hiding. But the phylactery,
That'd be
wherever he's
fine.
hidden that's... I don't even argue, you don't need to kill Gromathir, you just need to destroy that phylactery and release his souls within.
Both is better.
Yeah.
Both is better, but there's one that will affect how your soul is.
Yeah. My soul is less important than
Your ego.
a clear,
Do
well,
you have?
a clear and present danger. I appreciate the sass. I like you getting comfortable with us. It's validating.
I feel like you'd be very
Weird
bored if I did
question.
not have a bit of sass for you, Donovan.
No. It's a joy to see where your relationship with the Kingslayers has come. Kingfishers, I suppose.
Weird question for the Saint of Undeath. Is it possible for a lich to have multiple phylacteries, like a backup of a backup?
Depends what he had when he was making the first phylactery. It's possible to bind it to other multiple items at the first time, or a few beings if you must.
You
Mhm.
bind it to another person.
That would be in the realm of knowledge that I taught Gromathir, yes.
I think he bound it to Kelzer.
Oh, Kelzer's fucked.
Is there any way?
Right.
Is there any
Can
way
we
to fix that?
unbind him similar to the way that with the whole fucking what's it called?
Can he be
Grey River
unfucked?
Soul Anchor.
No.
I like
Ask,
that, though.
ask the question. What happens to What happens to Kelzir when we destroy the
Kill
phylactery?
Killzir.
So if you were to if you were to
Destroy
destroy
the
the
phylactery?
phylactery and then kill Gromathia, it would be Kelzier's life force that brings Gromathia back.
Kelzir is a second phylactery.
Is a backup.
Hmm.
Right.
And mind
there a
you,
way to
During the
untether?
siege, Gromathir stabbed Killzir. Killzir says he should have died, but instead he didn't, and now he feels a connection.
Kelzir, he's tied to the original phylactery. He's no more killable than Gromathir is.
Hmm. Is there a way to untether them without killing?
I suppose in theory it's possible. I've never. I don't really operate. I'm not the saint of unmaking undeath.
That's fair.
So,
That's a bit your
hypothetically-
domain, though.
It is, but most
Hypothetically,
stuff
though.
we try and. I mean, hypothetically, yes. Anything is possible in
Okay.
time and magic.
Hypothetically, though, could Kelzir be resurrected? Or would his soul be destroyed in the process?
Depends the order of operations.
So
If
if we
you-
destroy the original phylactery,
If you destroyed the
Then-
original phylactery, then destroyed Kelzir, then resurrected Kelzir with something akin to true resurrection or wish, yes.
right?
That's a plan.
If the soul is not too damaged to return.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know of such magic that exists that could undo it? Whether or not that's your field is
I,
something else, but do you know if that magic exists to unmake undeath?
it's not my field. I imagine it does exist. I think I could look into it, but
I know
Can I ask a
someone who.
slightly unrelated question, but it does pertain to everything and could make things a lot more simple.
sure, we're walking for hours. This is going to be nothing but time.
Okay, when you
nothing but
kill
sound.
a lich and they get reformed, do they how close to their phylactery are they, or do they
They
cough up
reform
their
at the
phylactery?
phylactery.
Okay, so if we put the phylactery into some a giant vat of holy water or something, and make it so that he has to swim hundreds of feet to get out of the giant vat of holy water, he would die before he gets out of it. So then he would just be in a constant loop of resurrection, and then Killzir would be safe forever.
I mean, he would just teleport the second he gets out. He's a mage.
Fuck.
He's a mage.
Can we make? What if we make the jar out of sapper stone?
Then it
You're
will dispel the
overthinking
holy
this.
water.
Wait, holy
Yeah.
stuff still counts?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Shit.
Definitely. Counts.
Yes.
Holy
So-
water is magical.
Well, I didn't know if it
I've-
counted as like wizard magic or like god magic.
I've given
or
you like
sapper stone.
5 vials of
magic.
holy
Sapper
water
Stone does
for
not
money.
care.
So
Hmm.
we did know and make the acquaintance multiple times now of a mage, a court mage of Randrum.
She
who
doesn't like
is
it very much,
skilled-
though.
No, but she was willing to help us destroy the phylactery in the first place.
Oh,
So-
who is it?
Aura.
Oh. In one of my guises, we go to the same book club.
Wait, you're a member as well? I went there.
Yeah, no, I have to have a hobby.
Perfect. Well,
I love
I'm
that
sorry.
everyone goes to this fucking book club.
all
I'm
all
sorry,
mages
you
in
go
the world
to-
go to this one book club that exists. That is canon now. I'm sorry.
You go to Aurelia's book club.
Yeah, well, when I'm not appearing as this, I have. It's much easier to not walk around as the Saint of Undeath. And the book club happens
Yeah.
at night.
Boom.
True.
Have we
She's
met before?
She's
Before
Zevsek's
this form.
girlfriend.
I think I've seen you around Avograd, but I've never. I don't really make friends in Avograd. I just go to read.
That's fair.
That's fair. Most people go to read. It's the most
Sh-
boring book club in all of Avergrad.
She's about
There
to
are more
have
fun
some
book clubs elsewhere.
awesome books, by the way. I have enabled her with some seed funding.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
I had a question before we went off the rails and I've forgotten it. Goddamn.
My
But
question
on
was
the topic
perfectly
of
pertinent.
Aura, on the topic of Aura, though, from what you know of her and her magic, do you think she would be capable of undoing?
Her entire
Kelzir?
school of magic is basically going kind of. I suppose she's a goody two
Subverted
shoes.
necromancy.
Subverting necromancy, yes. thanksy voice in my head.
You leave my girl alone.
She's basically like she's a necromancer, but for good reasons. She would know the magics. If someone was to have studied up on it, I imagine it would be her.
Right, and that is potential then. I think we were right then to suggest to Kelsia that
And she
it
doesn't
would
like
be
you.
worthwhile to make contact.
She doesn't like us.
No,
That's
but
wild.
we can
That
win
girl
her
is
out.
very friendly to everybody.
Yes,
Well,
but
you
then two
see,
of our companions fucked up in a very big way. Very,
They
very
set her
big way.
husband's tree on fire.
Yes.
But that would do
Yeah.
it.
Now,
They
we had
yeah. And
nothing
tried
to
to
do
s-
with this, but we were collateral damage in this whole affair.
They
guilty by
tried to steal
association.
from a grave as well.
Yes, of one of her
Yes.
friends, I do believe.
Yeah. Some nerd. Not sure.
What do you know of Gromathir? And it's more than we do. How likely is he to separate himself from his phylactery now that I've proven that I could take it from where he keeps it?
He's probably going to put it somewhere safer. I imagine he's going to ask the Emperor of Ghouls or someone strong to hold on to it. Or he's going to try and bury it somewhere even stronger, a stronger hold. Gromathir is a very intelligent, well thought out, planned individual. If not
Yeah.
with a bit of a anger issue.
Just a bit.
He's vengeful.
I mean,
Can confirm.
you stole his stick,
Yeah.
which I suppose he stole anyway.
I imagine he's going to have it more well prepared than ever before.
Great.
Samael, I'm not going to take you up on your offer just yet. If it gets closer to when I really start to feel it, perhaps revisit me. But I want to kill him, and I would appreciate any way you could point me towards putting my sword against his throat.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm happy to put a pin in it there, but let's call that good.
I'll figure something out. See what connections you have that can lure him out. Mine will be. We'll be making a lot of. Well, we'll be pissing off the Emperor of Ghouls, who's going to be safe harboring him. That's a fight that I don't think we're ready to take.
No.
No.
No. So,
I'm sure. One of my old generals got hurt enough in that fight the first time.
Changing the topic for a little bit, I'm about to talk to a lot of very important information brokers throughout Quenthos. I have some ideas on topics I would like to put to their mind, but is there anything obvious that comes to your mind that I may not have thought of?
What's the gathering look like?
Humming cloaks, Inquisition, Rahashir, Joaquin. All in a room together.
Well, that is going to be tense.
It will.
I assume it's to go against the Nameless Untold.
Yeah.
I suppose the first thing is each of them's going to want something, so figure out what that is ahead of time, try to be able to provide it.
ooh, catering's important as well. Make sure to take snacks.
If you're fighting the
Did
Nameless
Joaquin even
Untold,
eat?
I suppose it's striking Casselia is the biggest one. There's a war going on with Mantarathir. Could use that aspect of approach.
They
That
want
is already
Mahat.
taken care of. We are sending, Starless that is, we are sending soldiers to help Mentarathir strike against Casselia.
I mean, I can weaken Casalia if that's what you need.
Not yet.
I mean, there's a lot of sleeping bloodline out there. I can just take a couple days off.
That would probably
We
be
may-
quite helpful.
Yes, but not yet. We should coordinate that with the information meeting to offer that as a sweetener of the pot, if you're so inclined.
The names I'm told weren't exactly my target when I was working on my old plan, but I should have a few people within the Casellia region. And I suppose for, well, honesty's sake, there's a fair few common folk that have a combination of the sleeping bloodline and Darkul fever currently within them. If I cause chaos within Casellia, just activating only that certain percentage of people, turn them into ghouls, the city turns on itself. Now they've got to fight from within and outside. That's a few common folk. Unfortunate, but could be very helpful.
That is spectacular. I wish I'd thought of it in a previous life.
That is
That
kind
does mean releasing the fever and the Darakul onto the surface.
Yeah. Doesn't sound great to me.
What do you anticipate are the initial casualties that we'll see?
Are we talking
Thousands.
if I activate this within the city or within the kingdom? I have people that still are under the sleeping bloodline mixed with Darkul fever, coast to coast, east to west, north to south. I was planning on taking over the world.
Let's start from the city. What is relevant right now?
Well, you're talking. The city has at least 500,000 people in it. So the common folk, not counting the soldiers standing on me, just people that call it home. I think within the city I have about 9,000 people that I could turn with a blink. And then Darkul fever spreads like wildfire. So I'd say you could easily expect triple that for maybe 27,000 people of the 500,000 to become ghouls. And then if we go one for one, each ghoul takes out one person. You're talking 52,000 people, roughly 10% of the population rounded is dead before anyone can act. Now, mind you, I can turn off that once the chaos ensues. I can claim the souls back to me.
Okay, so it wouldn't start a plague that ravages the entire world. Got it.
No, I wanted contingencies against the Emperor of Ghouls. He thought he would get the better of me. I thought I'd get the better of him. So,
Fair.
So, I am curious though, is it more fever than bloodline in what is noticeable? In that, would people know and recognize that it is the work of the sleeping bloodline?
no,
Will this be
they'd just be
traced back to
ghouls
you?
under my control. They would look like Darkul.
Excellent.
Now, mind you, if
Excellent.
I
That is
severed my sleeping bloodline before killing them all, they would default back to the hive mind of the Emperor of Ghouls.
which we
Oh.
don't want.
Alternatively, we could pull many ghouls, and we just storm Casellia with them. We don't even activate the ones inside. We just activate a couple of ones around. We surround the city. We could have the people in Casellia throw us the Church of Lizefican just by starving them out. I mean, look what we did to Burton and the tower there and Crosspost and what we did around RAL. That was a show of power just to get us going.
Samael, in a previous life, you and I would have a lot of fun.
Perhaps. You would have made a
That
good
is
general
something
for
to
what
think
it's worth.
Yeah.
That is something to think on, though.
I mean, it's up to
We
you
will
on it.
need contingencies and plans. Good to know this.
Hmm.
It would be
A lot of
preferable to
trust
avoid the
involved.
random,
And I can also
the
be
random
on a
people.
support for this if you want. I have someone on the Lord's Council of 10 in Randrum under my sleeping bloodline if I need it. I can convince the King of Randrum to fight against Casellia.
That would be probably more surgical. than throwing bodies against the wall.
I mean, that one starts a war. It's the exact same thing.
Well, I mean, more people may die in the war on both sides. The ghouls at least just makes the city tear itself apart from the inside. And then you all can walk in,
True.
kill the ghouls. I'll deactivate the bloodline, and ghouls as cells get pulled back to me. It looks like you saved them all. You're heroes of the city. Congratulations, Merkestil. You can be the High Priest of Caselli if you so wish.
That's at the cost of 52,000 souls.
10%
Yeah,
of
that's
the population.
really underhanded and not the way I like to do shit.
Let's
Also,
just
leadership
I
is
think-
fucked.
Yes, you
let's
wouldn't
like
make it.
casually put a pin in this. Because I don't think that we're, as mere mortals, I don't think I could like make a decision to sacrifice the 10th of a population, something real like.
No,
That's
really
the beautiful.
fuck
When you just think
that.
of it as a tent, you don't really think of them as people anymore. It's as much as you think of them
No,
as
but they
numbers.
are.
Off.
But they still are though.
They are. But it's easier when you think of
Yeah.
them as numbers.
Yes, but
No.
it shouldn't be easier.
You're probably right.
I think there is a very important note in this, which is the fact that we're not going to win against the Zephyrin if we do not destroy his power base, which is the colleges and the Nameless Untold. The prayers go towards him, power him, and make it harder for us every single day. Something will need to be done on that side of things. However, we decide to go about doing it is another matter entirely, but something will need to be done about it.
I am willing to entertain the worst possible situation. I am probably more qualified than most to do so. The people with the Darkle fever, are they currently infected?
Yes. It's the
And are you
sleeping
holding
bloodline
the-
that's stopping it from progressing.
That's what I thought. The minute you pull your support, they're fucked anyway, right?
These people, I mean, you could cure them. It would take a great... You're talking across the world. I would say maybe close to 900,000 people on the surface that are infected. Again, I wanted to take over the world to protect it from the Dragon
No, no.
King.
Yep.
We get that.
We
We do
understand. I
understand.
get it. I
Somehow,
understand.
nobody respects having sleeper agents and plans to destroy Randrum better than I do. I have a very small sympathy with what you're trying to achieve here.
So the options of what I can do with these is I can pull the sleeping bloodline back just enough to let the fever take through. Anyone that has enough power of their soul, I can so choose to then give them vampiric powers and pull them further than ghouldom, which there is a few souls amidst there that would make excellent vampires. Other than that, the weak souls will become ghouls. Some people will just die to the fever straight away. Of that, you're talking maybe of that 900,000, maybe 600,000 actually turn into a ghoul. Some turn into strong ghouls, and maybe of that 600,000 that do turn, I get maybe 1,000 strong vampires.
Yeah, I play the long game here. It's what I've been doing. How does that get you the Nameless Untold College? Because that is the end goal.
The Nameless
To
Untold
make you the
College.
saint of magic.
I feel like that's something I just force when I get. I don't think the college is the biggest one. I just get the domain.
You don't force it. But I'm somewhat familiar with worship.
I will take the domain when me and Xerxes divvy up the domains. I will take magic. The prayer of people who pray for magic will go to me. Public perception. Perhaps I will activate all the ghouls. Let it happen, and
Yeah.
then be the one who uses magic to save the world. That would greatly change my public perception. These people are dead anyway.
Well, it would be to a detriment to let them die. What kind of god would let those people die? Perhaps cure them. It's a blood disease. You are the saint of undeath and a vampire. I'm sure you could undo that damage.
especially once you do become the god of magic.
Once I have a stronger
Yeah.
domain, yes, I'm sure there's some way I could figure it out. But with my current powers,
We are
my
talking
options are turn them into
hypotheticals.
vampire spawn or ghouls.
Could be potentially, and very potentially, depending on how this all goes, a show of not like-mindedness, but Nemavana and yourself potentially working to cure them all. As a show of welcome to the major godhood thing. I'm saying maybe because, you know, you kinda don't have the best relationship on death and life, you know.
No. But I'm sure if I get Lizefrigan's domain, the power of his magics, and I could figure out a way to activate it, let the suffering happen, and then be the god that saves it all. Great. Great way to get 900,000 people to suddenly like you a lot.
Yeah.
That is true. Yes.
It certainly shows up your schools of worship.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge on that fact. You know, I mean, I have been a manipulative bitch for most of my life, just trying to get by. So it makes sense that you might be the orchestrator of the problem, but if you can also fix the problem and save the people, what's really the harm at the end of the day? Considering Samael's gonna be that's gonna be their domain anyways.
Yeah. But why not have some people feel good about it?
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like, wait till you can say it, like actually save the people, then do the thing.
Just a thought. Food for thought. Perhaps talk to my boss about it.
He's a pretty good moral compass.
Could have
Yeah.
pinned it on. I could pin it on Anathex. The disease coming through. Yeah, no, it's fully possible.
Anyway,
Anyway,
As long as
You're
we
right.
prioritize the whole saving them part.
yeah,
good-
that,
good
that's the important part of this. You're right, Samael. I would have made a fantastic general.
you would have. If only I had more people like you, I would have had the world by now.
Yeah, a lot earlier. You wouldn't have needed Calacidia.
Damn. But yeah, so how much farther is this walk?
So as you continue, keep walking. That's where we're gonna go to break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes as Samael and Donovan talk world domination.
God.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you soon. Welcome back. So, as you march through the Ceruvian desert, the night getting ever colder, is there any other conversation people wish to have with Samael before we get to the elves?
We just so I don't have to repeat the same conversation a third time. Calcinder would briefly fill him in on his time in Erosphere, skirting over some of the details, but just to give him the brief picture of what happened, and the fact that the shards will still be going to the Guiding Light, regardless, once he picks them up.
Oh. This is all good news.
That it is. That it is. A lot of big things will be happening. We spoke about you for a bit of it.
I imagine I'm not the favorite as of now.
You'd be surprised. After all, he did ask me what I would do in your position.
Well, what do you do in my position? Do you take over the world?
I would have done the exact same thing as you.
That, Kingfishers, is validation. I know the mad prophet would have done what I did.
I mean, it's true. It's true. I don't say it lightly, but I do see a strange reflection of myself in you.
Well, if you want to be a general, still out. Let's go. Come on. One second.
I'll kill us in there. Maybe you are the terrorist.
I mean, I was trained as part of the Inquisition for a few decades.
Why am I friends with so many people who were once terrorists?
I mean,
And
we
I'm
were
not
technically
including
the
you in
ones-
that friend thing.
Technically
Fuck off,
not a
Samael.
terrorist, more so.
Wow, that's kind of
person
rude.
Trying to...
Yeah.
Manners are free,
she
my
does
Castiel.
that. Right?
Damn.
Honestly, I am very surprised right now. I have been traveling with you all for weeks, and I have only found recently that some of you are terrorists.
Well,
Zephyrus, I make no allusions to my history.
Dominus
I
is
am,
the school.
I am not
Bye, Des.
proud
I'm
of
still
it,
here. I just got to
because-
do something on the phone real quick.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm not proud of my history. But it is a
I mean,
part of
I
me,
accidentally
and-
blew up a building once, but
No, mine was intentional.
mine was. But they all deserved it.
But Zephyrus, like you said, the past makes the man of the future.
I mean, that
traveler?
much I agree with. It is just a lot to hear that a entity or a being that was outside of your wheelhouse last week currently has control over 900,000 souls across the continent.
Yeah. Give or take.
I appreciate you.
That's rounded.
Samuel, you're not helping. But Zephyrus, that entity is no longer trying to destroy the world. He's actively
that we
trying
know
to...
of.
The Castiel, you're not helping either. And is now open to the opportunity of using that influence for good. It's the opposite of terrorism. That is sowing hope.
Zeph just tries to address Samael directly. Now I know that the rest of this group has their faith in you and whatever complicated history you may have. How do I trust you?
It's an excellent question. You weren't there to see me help them.
What can we do for each other to instill trust in one another?
Well, you weren't there to see me help them in fights, so you very little means, and I don't expect you to trust me. I actually don't expect any of them to trust that I'm good. Because I'm not good. I've done a lot of horrible things. And we'll make up for it, hopefully. But I did what I did to try and get us ready for the Dragon King that's coming. I'm trying to save humanity. Nothing I've done has ever been to try and end humanity. I've done terrible things. I was going to take over all of the material realm, have a strong vampire army to take care of the Dragon King when it came over. I have the Codex Solaris to blot out the sun. I have many great things to do, many evil deeds to secure the future of humanity. But I put my faith that with Calicindia's success to bring back the guiding light, the being that gave me my divine origin, that I don't need to do these things. And I'm trying to make them trust me, and I'm trying to offer things working forward with this. And if you have something that you wish of me, you need only ask. I will help. I'm a villain, or I was a villain of necessity.
Out of the 900,000 souls that you currently possess under your control, how many of them are under the age of 12?
Almost none.
Almost none.
I didn't have exact control on the Emperor of Ghouls' spreading of the plague. I wasn't going around putting it in myself, but child ghouls are not nearly as strong as fully sized ghouls. And they don't make good vampires either.
So if it is not to your benefit to have them under your service, maybe that could be the first step.
I don't have currently a means to let them go from... If I let them go from their bloodline, they turn into ghouls right now. If I just stop my connection to them, they will turn into ghouls. Or they will die to the fever.
I understand. The first order of business, the first ones who are to be cured, if they're once under your power. I want you to do those first.
I can do that. That's not an issue. As soon as I have the magic to safely, or I can... Next time, I imagine, before we fight against Les African, there will be a great period of planning and preparation. You and Donovan can come with me. We can track down the ones that are young. Once you remove the fever from them, I can drop the bloodline. There's less than 100, I think.
Then it will be done.
It will not
As you
take that
wish,
long.
Sephiroth.
Although we may be a bit scary showing up to them. So maybe Calicindia, if you have better means of teleportation. I don't think it's exceptionally nice to teleport into a child's room, into an archway of blood.
No, that is also potentially quite traumatizing. Not as much as turning into a ghoul, mind you, but not exactly the best image.
Is there any way for you to make this a pact?
A pact with you?
An oath.
Could swear an
An
oath
oath
in the
that you
word.
will to swear an oath to ensure that at the very least, whatever you do with your 900,000 souls, I care very little about. I care more about the ones who have a future.
I can swear an oath to you here and now, but there is no magic that would bind it. If we go to the road, I can swear it onto the road. The witness to the woods would have weight there. Or you and I can enter a pact if you so wish.
Well, blood is very important to you, yes?
'Tis.
Then I would propose we make a pact in blood.
Zephyros, make it under my blood. I'm the one that will cure them. I have the means to do so.
But this is my request,
Maybe
Donovan.
I appreciate that. But
Freeway oath.
no, it's okay. I am perhaps a little bit more a little bit available to spend the blood than you are.
I understand that, Donovan, but
I
just
think
because
this
you
is
have half a soul
moot.
does not make you half a being.
Donovan, you're not eligible to make pacts. You've a pact with another. I can feel it.
Yeah. All right.
Same reason I could not make a pact with Zamani. Your soul is a whole mess. Listen.
I mean, put politely, yeah.
Calicindia, actually, this is something I've been meaning to ask you since yourself and Zamani are betrothed, so perhaps you're the best to ask. I don't want any of you to hear this. It's quite dangerous. Calicindia, what languages do you speak that none of them speak?
Oh, that's rude.
Well, no one here speaks Undercommon. Unless you do. And you've been hiding it from me this time. I think it's very strange if you somehow learnt it without really spending time in the word below.
Nope, I don't know it.
Undercommon, I speak Undercommon. You'll have to forgive, I have a very thick accent in Undercommon, I'm told.
Please, mine is outdated as it is.
So as he
Very
swaps
old
over to Undercommon, does anyone show signs that they can understand him?
I would like to pretend that I do not.
Do you speak Undercommon?
I do.
He's gonna roll insight. He's gonna roll. So give me a deception or performance, your choice.
Actually, does he have disadvantage on this because of proximity to me? No, he doesn't. Cool.
An
It's
18.
also not
thought of
considered an
I just
enemy.
thought of a solution to this whole thing. That we don't need to go this far.
Okay.
I
Jen,
can
it's
just
not enemy
cast
related.
telepathic bond.
Oh, you could
So they can
actually.
speak telepathically. Which just, yeah, we don't even need to speak in a different language.
Damn,
But is
Zeph
that
is like trying to
metagaming?
do his poker face.
But
So
is
I'm
that
just-
but is that metagaming?
That's a
No, look, it
good
depends.
deception check, man.
I rolled a deception check.
That's a really good one.
So, as this kind of going, he's about to speak in Undercommon. He says a few words, and he just kind of clocks Zeph being a little bit like stiff in the moment. He just goes, "Oh, one of them does."
He met me today. He wouldn't know anyways.
Who speaks it?
Your friend Zephyros is a bit clammed up when we swapped Undercommon.
Zeph, how do you speak Undercommon?
I like learning languages as a hobby.
I'm just more so surprised that spread to the surface. Interesting.
It didn't.
Even more interesting. Even more interesting. I want to talk to you about that later, but we need to think of something else here. Oh, I can just telepathically start a bond between the two of us.
Easily done. So he kind of looks at you expectantly.
In his head, in Elvish, because that's what Calcinder would default to, I expect. So, what did you want to tell me?
Well, as a being that's able to make pacts between many different creatures and see, to an extent, pacts that affect people, your betrothed Zamani, her brain is being heavily affected by her pact.
I had assumed as much, but can you do you know any more about it?
I don't know
Or
any
can you
more
just see
about
the-
it, but I could exceptionally piss off whatever being's done it by trying to undo it. I can't undo the pact, but whatever's affecting her mind is not part of a pact. Well, it
And
is,
she
but
is-
it's
Yes.
Suppose he's not a part of the pact. What?
So, as much as I would
It's
want that,
complicated.
I'm unsure as to how the Lord of Decay would treat such an intrusion. She's been through a lot already with patrons. I don't want to cause any undue strife on her if he decides to take it out.
He's at war with the gods. He can't really take a shot at me, as it currently stands. I used to not want to mess too much with Zamani because he was at peace with people. But now he's at war with Celelia, so I could... He doesn't have the resources.
How safe do you think the money would be?
It's going to be a different one. I can't affect the pact. I can use a magic akin to the sleeping bloodline to give her her own mind back fully, though.
Using the sleeping bloodline.
Akin to the
You
sleeping
say
bloodline.
akin, but how similar are we talking here? Are we
I mean,
talking
I-
about something that can be easily revoked, or
It can be revoked as soon as she breaks the pact, and I won't use any force of will to try and push my own will into her mind, as we are working together.
shit?
But the way it would work is I would be using magic on her to try and force her own mind back into its full realm. Rather than using it to push my mind into hers and control her, it's pushing
Right.
magic into her to allow her to control her own mind again. And this is a big step for me.
Issue
Old me
here-
would have just done that without thinking, without asking you.
I do appreciate you asking. The issue here is that I don't want to take the choice away from her, as much as that sounds stupid, but at the same time, in her current state, she would refute the offer because of the way it's been changed.
Well, how about I do it, and then if she doesn't want it anymore, I can take it back. I mean, how do you feel about coin flipping your partner's psyche?
Guys, what do you think they're talking about? They've been staring at each other for at least 5
I imagine
minutes.
they're just like walking ahead.
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah, it's funny.
Mentally.
Cynthia looks a little bit constipated.
Yeah.
You're
How
muted,
long
Jen.
before he shits himself, do you think?
Minutes.
I forgot
God,
to
I
drink
hate
my prune juice.
secrets.
Oh, you hate
I
secrets.
just want to know everything. I just want to know everything all the time.
So, once you're taking that, you can change it to how it was, right?
I would basically be using this magic similar to Sleeping Bloodline to, rather than force my mind into her own, to force her own mind to be fully in control. And if she doesn't want it, if she says this is a bad thing, you can take it back. I can do that before the Lord of Decay even notices. It's worth a risk. Make the walk more interesting at the very least.
Do it.
Perfect. He kind of stops exactly where he's saying, turns around, and you almost walk into him as you're talking to Money. And he just turns to you and he goes, "It's Money. Small chance this might
Yeah.
wreck your brain." And he just pushes his hand to your forehead. As Callison just
Does
goes,
it wreck my
"What?"
brain?
I was like, hang on a second,
Merc.
you didn't tell me that part of it.
Merc draws her sword and is like ready for a fucking fight.
Oh, you
Zeph
live.
has a
Nice.
bow out.
Zamani, you feel a flood of memory and your own free will come back to you for a couple seconds. Then you get a pounding migraine.
What did you
Ow.
do, Samael?
I helped her regain her own memory.
Merc will look to Cal. Good.
Just forget. Does the hangover thing work on headaches?
Let's give it a shot. Come here. Come here.
Fuck.
Merc will bring her in for a hug and just.
So, Des, just because it's been a
Cleansing
while
touch.
and it's good for me as well as it is the audience, what exactly does Zamani get back?
He is giving
Her
you your
agency.
will to look for the pact to be gone back. He is forcing your will to come back
Oh
to you.
shit!
That's big. You right? How's the headache?
The fuck did?
Give her a second.
So basically, what I've done there, it's good. I thought your brain might have swollen a little bit when I did it, but you're all right.
I bet I got a big headache, so probably a little bit.
Probably a little bit, but whatever pact you've made with the being, they were trying to put a heavy influence. And trust me, I get it. Taking control of other people's minds, I've done it a lot. A bit of an expert. So I did something very similar to the sleeping bloodline within you, but rather than forcing my mind into your own, I forced your own mind to have complete control. So you're basically in a small sleeping bloodline with your full memory and full will, and the other bit of you that's being controlled and, well, messed with
Is it
by the Lord of
identifiable?
Decay. Definitely.
Samani,
How-
don't panic. I'm going to touch her on the shoulder and I'll cast heroism so she's no longer afraid of what's happening.
How
It's fine.
cocky was the explanation that Samael just gave?
Very. He's
Was it
he's an
very-
expert on fucking mind control.
I'm so tempted
Okay,
to
so
fucking hit him.
Zamani's gonna turn to Cal real quick and be like, Lord Decay, I think that I'm pretty sure that he lied to me. He told me the kids were dying, and if that something wasn't done and I didn't make this pact, that I would have the kids would die. That's why I made the pact. I don't want it, but I the kids are important, and they're more important than anything. And I know that I've been a bitch, and I haven't been able to not be a bitch about it, and I'm sorry. And to be honest, as much as I want to stay this way, I don't know if I should.
Cal just hugs Zamani, just brings her in, embraces her for a moment. I know.
That's it.
I know.
Lord of Undeath fixing
I've-
families one couple at a time.
Shut
The god of marriage. The god of marriage. counseling. I've known
new domain.
I've known since
Um,
Avograd that it hasn't been you. It's not the same.
It hasn't.
Zamani, the way that you spoke about the pact, about your level of
Because
trust.
I can't. I
that you
have
had.
to. He took my ability to seek freedom. And especially if he's going to know, I don't know how he will react. I mean, right now he is kind of distracted and he's fighting a war, but he won't be fighting a war forever. And
Hmm.
also, he has offered to help us quite a bit.
I mean, so long as you don't act any different, so long as you don't start speaking and yelling loudly
He
about
knows.
wanting to
No.
end your pact,
No,
he
he's
should be
going to know.
distracted enough at this stage, at least.
I don't think so. And I look over at Samael. He's going to know.
Not
Right.
straight away. It's detectable. You asked if it's detectable. You would need a reason to go looking for it to detect it.
What
And
would
if
he
we
need-
give him
would
no
he like
reason
look
to suspect,
specifically?
Yes, it's. My magic's not so crude.
True, but also we do have this adorable little spy, and I will hold up her wrist. You see a little snake around it.
I mean, that's a simple fix. I can destroy that.
Okay, but that's also quite noticeable.
You know, it's even better. Let me take that. I'll just put it somewhere. It won't get back to you. Yeah, he can eventually summon it back, try and give it back to you, but he can give you. Like, if you give it, even Donovan, we just chuck that thing quite the distance.
Okay, yes, that is an option, but that is not an option that will not alert Samael. Not Samael. Sorry, words are
Me?
hard. That was a player issue. Please do not
Is
make
that
that a
right?
character. The Lord of Decay.
I mean,
The whole
I
thing
could,
is that the Lord of Decay should be able to pop in and not be none the wiser. I can't guarantee that I won't give it away.
That's
I mean, we
fine.
can
You give
just
me that
banish
little
all-
snake, and I can just then I'll make you a replica.
Okay,
Hey, that
but
thing has
he
blood.
Uses the snake. He uses the snake to check it on me.
Give me the snake.
No,
I can do essentially the same thing I did to you to that snake. I can put the snake under the
But
sleeping
then-
bloodline.
Samani, this is a really good idea.
That's hilarious. I've
Bad
never done it on
idea
a
at
small
all.
creature.
okay, but as soon as he looks he gets in contact with his familiar, he's gonna know what's up, even if he's under the sleeping bloodline, right?
No, I'll just put the snake under the
Not
sleeping bloodline to not
necessarily.
tell him to take out any will to tell. I'll do what he did to you to the snake. It's hilarious. It's,
Well, it's brilliant.
Okay, that's a little bit fair. That's
Yeah.
a little bit that's better than what I was thinking.
Will just goes.
And honestly,
buddy.
honestly, for the
I
Lord
love
of
you, but you-
Schemes,
you
this
are
is kind of a great scheme.
I love you, but you are such a little snitch. Right? Yep.
You talking to Cal or the snake?
No, that's why I'm holding my wrist up.
Yeah, Samuel just kind of
I'm
reaches
trying
and
to
just
make it
picks it up like a handful of spaghetti, and just like, sorry, buddy, and just gives it a, and the nail kind of just
Like it.
embeds into it.
Like a handful of spaghetti, like that's a normal thing. You just pick up wet spaghetti.
Yeah,
Sure.
and you
You
just you see blood kind of flows from the fingernail into and he just goes, just don't want to pop it like a balloon.
Please don't. I know he's
How
a
are you
little
doing?
snitch, but he's my little snitch.
And you see is now like copying Samael's head movements, and he's going, and he goes, I mean, it's rudimentary. It's a small little inferno, but it does have blood. I mean, that's hilarious.
Does that
He
mean
used
that
to be a lot bigger.
if Zamani talks to Ool, that she has a way of contacting you now?
I mean, Calicinda can quite literally write to me in.
Yeah, I know, but now two of us have, or two
I
of the
mean,
party have.
whenever we
a
met
direct
someone
line.
who's under the sleeping bloodline, they didn't have a direct connection like
No.
that. They still needed sending.
And who would have thought we'd
just
come so
means
far
that-
as to have you willingly go under a sleeping bloodline like effect? That's progress.
To be fair, I didn't willingly do anything.
That's all right. You've the willing to. I showed Calicinda if you didn't want it, I would take it back.
Oh, I mean that's fair. It's just it's nice to have your own agency.
And a
It
little
is-
warning for the rest of us next time, otherwise I may have ran you through or attempted to.
You couldn't.
It would have been.
I was
lot
going to
funny.
say that there probably was no.
But either way, thank you.
That's all right.
Al just gives an annoying glance to Donovan just during this about the whole like conversation, especially the point about breaking the pact. Just glances over
Yep.
as Zamani speaking to
Yep.
Samuel, just like nods.
Can I?
Yep.
Everyone's just like,
How subtle is that?
Fairly subtle. I can roll a deception check if you want.
I mean, I can see it around me.
roll a subtle check, please.
Roll contested.
It's not really
insight, please.
deception.
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean,
I do message it to you, Des.
Yeah, message me what you got, and I'll tell AJ if he passes or not.
do you want me to just tell you verbally what I got then?
Yeah,
18 total.
18
For all
total.
kind of shit.
Calicinda kind of just looks around the group and he takes in everybody. You don't cop it. You see, he kind of makes eye contact
Cool.
with a few people, but the knowing part
Okay,
of it.
cool.
Do I need to make a deception check to hide my clocking of Calicindia?
I don't think it needs to be a 5-level occur.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'd say
it's-
Mercesia's focusing on
Zeph?
Calicindia.
Yeah.
Does Zeph
I would be
show a visible
focusing-
reaction to Calicindia and Mercesia making this check into Samaya? It goes all the way down.
No,
We're
no,
talking
yeah,
about
definitely
whole
just be
earning
focusing
each
on-
other's trust and such. I feel like this is a good show of faith from me.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, and we
Like you
already
said.
have.
I was just concerned about it causing an issue.
If it gets caught, it will be an issue, but you can just pin it on me.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have
See,
the
whole
resources
thing
to
about
fight
earning
against me.
True, but the whole thing about earning trust and friendship is that it kind of goes both ways. And if we just pin everything on you, then that's not very fair on your end.
I mean, the Lord Decay can't really do shit to me as it currently stands. I'm on the material realm. He's not.
Mm,
I mean,
He
fair.
can like show up, but he can't. Like he has to have warlocks in material realm to actually do anything. So, it's, you know,
Damn, the casual shade.
fair enough.
So it's just like fair.
yeah, he could
Still
start scheming
through.
against me, but yeah, I'll be a god before he gets that far.
God, you are so
Does somebody
fucking
know
cocky.
about the Lord of Decay and Xerxes?
Nope.
Got it.
Still
I don't
using the
understand.
telepathics.
Keep it that way?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I just wasn't sure and wanted to check out of character.
Um,
Do it,
still,
Raph.
still with the telepathic bond. Cal's going to say to Samael, we may have a way of accessing Zamani's contract.
He like does a visible turn to Callus in there.
Oh, Cal's constipated again.
Oh.
I
As
feel
in
like
we
this
as
one is
in
okay.
the royal we, or like
may have-
we as in you all?
Donovan and I.
Zamaya's definitely going to come to Cal. You're doing the thing again.
Yeah, he's constipated. I just said that.
Because that was really obvious with.
Oh
That
yes, that
was
was like
very
literally doing the
obvious.
hand
Samael's
motions and
response.
everything. Like he's like not used to
Yeah.
speaking telepathically.
That
Cows.
was exceptionally obvious. Samael, you are terrible at this if you don't
I
mind
mean,
me
they know
saying.
we've been speaking telepathically. It's not exactly something to hide.
So then why speak telepathically at all?
Because there's secrets.
Yes, because they're secrets. Thank you,
Secrets do
Discretion.
not make friends.
Samael. You know,
Sephiroth.
especially... It's something to discuss later in a more secure environment in the open.
We're in the middle of the fucking desert.
Precisely, there's no wards here whatsoever.
There's also no
There's no
body.
scrying sensors either. We're all clear. I've been looking every minute or so.
Do we need a secure
I-
location?
Do it.
Do it. Make a
You
secure
want me to say
location,
it?
or do it as in talk
Yep.
about this.
Calicidia, it's about time.
I know if this is stupid,
Is
we
this
should make a
something- wait.
secure location first.
We have a key.
Shut up! Shut up! If this
Donovan.
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
secure yet. Shut up.
What the
Somebody
fuck is going on here?
do it.
Make a secure location.
Yes.
All right. 1 second. He kind of opens the pouch. You see, he pulls out a couple components, and never thought you'd all be in here. And he puts his hands out, sprayed across the ground, and you see like just these runes start etching themselves in the ground. And he kind of looks up at the stars. All right, well here, I'll bring us back exactly here, and like a whirlpool, the blood starts pooling into the center as you all get sucked down below, and you find yourself on a cold stone floor. This odd crypt as the weather again changes, very like heavy and humid. Goes, all right, we're in my crypt.
Fuck, we finally
you
made it.
Sorry,
You just
in
teleport us?
Daria Isles?
Yes, Crypt of Iridas, my former lover.
Right.
Calicidia,
Oh,
So,
do it.
as I was saying,
so what are we doing?
No.
in Donovan's possession,
Take inspiration, you fucker.
what was that?
Look at
Seth.
chat.
Viddy.
Viddy.
Hi, and welcome to MTV Crips.
Here,
Oh.
the only way that you get inspiration is if a chatter is kind to you and if you meme good enough. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But if you mean
that's
bad
it.
enough, he gets the opposite, so it's bad. Like,
Yeah.
We know the currency here.
So,
Calicidia, go.
Zamani, you remember that key that you found? That
Oh,
Xerxes
the one
took
that I
away
bought
from
that
you?
everyone took from me very quickly?
Yes, precisely. That
This
one
one.
that Donovan is showing right there.
Mhm.
That accesses on a Cirrus a location where all
Duh.
contracts are held.
Oh,
All as in all?
we need to make a copy of that key
All
right
as in-
fucking now.
All as
Doesn't
in
work
all.
like that.
hey,
Every
Dawnfire
single
rating with a
contract.
party of 8. Hello.
Hi.
One of my
Oh,
absolute
my
I love
legends.
that emote. Oh
That
my
is a
god, look how
great
look how
emote.
shaky it is.
Thank you for the
I
follow.
love it.
What were you guys
That's
up
the right
to?
amount of hectic.
As I get this done, you're playing D&D. What sort of D&D were you doing? And Nate, tell us what we're doing
Dungeons
today.
and Dragons?
We are hanging out with the Saint of Undeath, who is just vibing with us as we explain what we're
Weird.
trying to do in the middle of the Ceruvian desert. And also, we're about to tell Zamani how we're going to get our soul back.
Hell
I'm
heist.
Zamani. My soul is currently being held hostage, kind of. I made a pact with the devil.
Yeah,
And
we're,
then I made a
fix-
super pact with the devil.
we're fixing it.
Yeah, Zamani's
Yeah.
got packs on
Into a
packs
serious
on
part, too.
packs. So
I
if you're
do.
into
I do have
packs-
packs on
You're
packs.
serious. Let's go.
So if you like packs, welcome.
Welcome.
If you like packs, I'm the girl for you.
If you like packs and sorry, I couldn't think of it.
Right.
Go, go.
So, this key accesses the building in which all on the main moon of Osiris. This is every contract in existence.
Oh my god. Like, I know that's like important for me, but like, you get how powerful that is, right? Like, just
Yes.
in general.
Yes.
There's a reason we are here talking about this.
There's a reason why we didn't mention this, and why Xerxes told us not to tell anyone about this until the
And
time
why are
was
you
right.
telling? Xerxes told you not to
Because-
tell anyone, and now you're telling everyone.
But until the time was right to tell people,
Okay.
which is now.
Okay.
That's big.
Yeah.
Where did we
Yes.
find that key again? In the shop, yeah?
Yeah.
Aurelia
Yes.
shop.
They didn't
Yes.
know what they had.
You know where you
She's
have your
got
book
some
club.
weird shit.
Yeah, no, she's a weird connection with the Queen of Night and Magic. She gets a lot of trinkets.
Yeah.
Queen of Night and Magic.
It's an archfey.
Calicinda and I have
Right.
been planning for a while.
Mhm.
Going to a serious
We're
and
going
getting your
into a
contract
serious.
back.
Yeah.
Wait, do you want to go into Cirrus?
Part 2.
Yeah. For the-
Electric Boogaloo.
For everyone who
Like I
doesn't get that joke, there was a mini campaign called Into Osiris, where another group of fuckers went into Osiris, which is the realm where all of the devils live.
Technically, it's into Cirrus, the prequel.
True.
In timeline wise.
True.
Your part 5 of your Dungeons and Dragons Icespire campaign.
Hell
Just got
yeah.
into Neverwinter.
That's some
That's
impressive
so
buttering.
good.
Holy shit.
I have been
that's
playing
impressive.
D&D for over 10 years, and I have never played like an actual official like D&D
Neither.
like Wizards of the
Mm,
Coast
yep.
like thing
Same.
ever. I've only
Neither.
ever played homebrew. It's like
I spy's a party.
the books just exist as this enigma of interesting smushiness for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Big country.
Look-
Cat.
Big
There's
country!
a large boy. There's a large boy
Oh, the
there.
friend.
That's a
The heckin'
chunky
chunker.
lad.
That is a
He doesn't even like being held, but he wants to be up on me. He keeps screaming at me.
He's just
There
like,
he is.
Release me, father! Calicinda and I have been planning a heist, so to speak, of robbing hell to get your contract back.
Yes.
You realize how dangerous that's going to be.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yes.
insanely stupid.
It is
Well,
a
have you met me?
ridiculous idea, but
I love it.
I think we're insane enough.
Would Zamani know anything just from like relationship with devils and things about the contracts and like any like myths about a guardian or any kind of things along those lines?
No, but you would know it's kept in the palace of the Lord Regent of Osiris, the one who's regent above all other devils.
And
That's
who's the
his
current
castle.
Lord Regent?
What used to be the Ashen Lord now is the Lord
Ashen
Regent is
Daddy.
always called Lord of the Thicket.
Yeah.
Ash
old
Daddy.
Ashen
You
Daddy.
realize that means we have to go literally into the Lord of the Thicket's home, right?
Yes. We are also currently on a quest to go fight a god, so
But there was a lesser of
We
two
can't
evils.
even beat a
Yeah.
lich. Like, I just want to put that out. We can't
Well, I
even
don't-
beat a lich.
I
We'll
don't
do
really
that
want to go
next time.
fighting the Lord of the Thicket. It's more so about avoiding him and
Oh, it'd be
getting
a
in there.
straight break in,
get in there,
What's
get out.
a smash and grab.
This guy's
Alright,
okay,
so I
but you're
won't
not
be
that
there.
stealthy.
So-
I
so-
love you to bits and pieces. You are not that stealthy.
Samael. So this is crazy. What do you think?
So, it may be your all stupidity running off on me, but I have an idea.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Excellent. This is why we wanted you in on this conversation, Samael.
sorry, I don't normally have guests in here, and he takes a few cups up off the table, and he's like
No,
starts
it's-
putting stuff in
it's fine.
cabinets.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
Then he
John.
goes to one of the
Stop
cabinets and he
pulling up.
goes, "Yeah, no." So he grabs like a big dusty tome and he pulls it down. So I have the Codex Solaris. So I have the Codex.
Sorry, you're keeping
It would have
that
been
in a
that easy,
fucking
Mercastio.
pantry.
It would have been that easy.
It's above the pantry.
I mean,
Celelia's currently at war with the Lord of Decay. What if we bargain with her that if she goes and sends one of her angels into the Lord of the Thicket's home to get Zamani's contract back, we give this back?
that's a really good deal.
That's a
I mean,
large...
it's
That's
kind
a
of a
very
bad
good deal.
deal in like the
I mean,
grand
she's already
scheme of
at war
things,
with
but
the devils.
I mean, that's true.
That's a large price you're willing to pay for Zamani's soul, and
I
yes,
don't need to
appreciate-
blot out
appreciate
the
the
sun
wait,
anymore.
I feel so
Okay.
special.
but it's a codex.
Yeah, but it's also like Celelio's father's memoirs, and it was a fucked up thing to take it in the first place.
Well, that's
That is a
some-
responsible
No,
thing.
Empathy
That's
is
a
rubbing off on him. Let's go with
That
it.
is a responsible thing to do, Samael.
That's some
Yep.
personal growth.
Merc's just
Okay,
standing there
really
with her
proud of
hand
you.
up.
Yes, my guess.
Castile, you can just talk.
I know, but everyone else is much better at that than me. So,
Yeah.
how do we know that if we give the Codex Solaris back to Celelio, that she won't use that to burn the fucking world? Because I'm pretty sure that's what she's decided in her maddened state, that she's going
Yeah,
to
but
burn the
the book
world
makes her not
regardless.
mad.
Well, I mean, it's quite
Right.
literally Anathex,
Yeah.
Hikinir, and Serok that are keeping her madness perpetuated.
What?
Or she
It's
just
the
understands-
three main
Serok?
evil. I'd rather not.
Oh.
How are they perpetuating her madness? This is interesting.
This is actually very interesting.
Well,
Yeah,
This
look,
is
it's
not
very
like common
important.
knowledge among the mortals.
No, it's not, but it does appear in some of the the newer renditions of paintings and such. Serok and the like, they are doing these things to try and actively hurt Celelio. They want the chaos. Serok wants the pain. Come on, Anathex's domain is darkness. He wants the sun to be gone. Hikinir is quite literally just for violence sake. And when you put all those together, you get a lot of pain by people being burnt alive, you get a lot of violence from people being grabbed and put on the pyres, and you know what you get when you blot out the sun with the Codex Solaris? You get darkness.
I mean,
Fair
that
point.
does fix 3 problems, and it also kind of snubs Serok, which makes me happy always.
I mean, they're all part of like the Conclave of Blood.
I'm going to subtle spell message Calicindia. These plans are a lot better than ours.
Does Kel react?
I don't.
I love the
necess-
boys.
I don't necessarily think we should discount undoing the madness of a god.
So mine's just over here like, I mean, like, if you're willing to turn that over for me, like, I would absolutely take
I
it.
mean, here's the thing: in a lot of popular current fiction, like Serok, it's no doubt that even in the Conclave of Blood, that she wishes to become the next major god. Guess what? Doing it first. She did it before it was cool. But that being said,
True.
we give this book back. It gives me just enough time as well. And hear me out. This is super fucky. I've already got Celelia's blood. Did it once. Excellent job. Quite the vintage. Anyway, as I'm handing over the codex, if I don't see the cogs start turning in her head to bring her back, I hit her with the sleeping bloodline.
Oh my god. I mean,
If
Sorry,
it works on a
sorry.
snake,
Hit me with that one more time because
I love how all of us were like, oh my god, he's gonna sleeping bloodline 900,000 mortals. Oh fuck! But he's like sleeping bloodline a god.
Yeah.
Baller.
hit me with that again.
all right, Macastiel. So, as I'm handing over the codex when she's completed her side of the deal, if I don't see the reparations start happening as the book gets handed over, because I also know that the book is quite linked to what Serok and them are doing to her mind. If I don't see it start turning over, I hit her with the sleeping bloodline and I force her own mind back to. I play the most complicated
play
jigsaw
Zamani.
puzzle.
That's excellent. That's excellent. See, that also has
Oh,
another great
fuck.
effect.
That's
Macastiel,
so
this means that Kiana Soma.
Gets back. Yeah. You need to be on board with
Holy
this.
Shit.
This is
Literally
perfect. This
again,
resolves.
Small
holy
problem.
shit.
That means the conclave of blood wants to kill us.
I mean, look,
Yeah,
at
they
the
basically
point
already
that
do.
you
Here's the
turn
thing. I'll be a major god. They're only minors.
I
precisely
was gonna say they're minor gods. We can just fucking you know.
at the point
done.
that
And I'm
you
hoping
reach major
that's in high
godhood,
places.
It's less efficacious. It's fine.
I imagine that you
Kill the
will
gods.
sever ties with them once you become a major god. You will no longer become connected to them.
Well, I'm not
regardless.
going to give power to someone who's a minor god.
Precisely.
Wow, that's petty
So-
as fuck, but I love it.
Regardless,
I-
regardless, all
Is that
ties
petty?
will be severed.
Yes, I won't have a connection to Anathex anymore.
So it doesn't matter.
Also,
if
how do you think
kiss
I got
them
this? I got this from Anathex.
all. So
Can-
all I'm
can
hearing
I
is
just-
0 issues, a flawless plan, and something that only works out better for all of us in the end
Can-
of it.
can
I
I just-
agree.
Can I just hold it just once? Please. Thank you.
It's warm to the touch.
Merkel just hold it, and then just think of Harden, and then give it back.
Oh.
Just sort of like a, I made it sort of thing.
He just grabs and he
Then
just
give
puts
it
it on
back.
top of where he keeps all his plates and cups.
I mean, to be
that
fair,
effort.
this is quite a secure place to get into. It doesn't really need to be a secure. You know, how many chests do you really need to keep the gold piece in?
Oh, I'm a hoarder. Everything's just like strewn around. But I know where it is, so don't touch anything.
Merkel wipe
Oh
a
my
finger
God,
along
he's-
the table.
He's
How much
literally
dust
me.
comes up?
I was gonna say, does he have like ADHD where it's like the type of like no one can clean my shit. Everything
Yeah.
is clean in my mind. Even yes,
Mm-hmm.
Ugh,
yes.
It's got one of those
dusty in here.
pegboards with like all the tools outlined on it. Like,
But
Nothing's
what-
where it's
but-
supposed to be.
But all the
Mhm.
tools aren't on the pegboard. They're
Yeah.
just
Yep.
strewn across the
Yep.
bench in
Yep.
front.
mm-hmm.
He
Yeah, but he
knows
really
that his
tried.
calipers is
Each
under the
one
kitchen
is.
sink. It's holding the sink
Yep.
together. If he needs it, he'll get it.
It's
Yep.
literally my shed.
I
Darkness, this
can't
is
believe I'm-
literally. Okay, a few months ago, we met the Saint of Undeath, and instead of fighting him, we befriended him. And since that stream, everything beyond that has been the hero arc, like the redemption
Yeah.
arc, putting humanity
Mm.
back into the Undeath Man.
I mean, if it works on a
Yeah,
snake,
he's
it
my
would work on
best
a
friend.
god.
I mean, it worked
Yeah.
on me too. So
Definitely how
I
that
can't believe
works.
I'm saying this, but I agree with you, Samael. Oh, that was disgusting. Ugh.
this
And
is
there's more
the
growth.
weirdest Fast and Furious type of bullshit we're getting
hate
into,
it.
and I love it.
Family.
I fucking hate it.
There's
No, no, we're not family. No.
I would
No, I
accept
don't wanna
it.
be
You've been
related to
calling me
him.
your sister how fucking long? Come on now.
No, I don't want to
Yeah,
be
you
related to
literally
him.
said-
Pointing
Too
at
bad.
Samael.
But King,
I'm
Okay,
being
too
rude
bad.
again. I don't give a fuck.
we are
You're
all a
holding.
little
You're
bit.
no, no, no. You're being petty, and you're holding grudges to the point where they are excessive now.
I understand, Donovan.
Kingfishers,
Them?
we're
Sorry.
all a little bit too close to this. Zephyros,
Yes.
I cede my endorsement of this to you. Whatever you decide on this, I agree.
Samael is just turning into like a prank wars guy.
He's great.
And I love this
But
era.
but I want the moral compass of the party to make this call.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It seems
Everyone's
as
too
though-
close to this, and I
Yeah.
would very much like someone who's a little bit more detached to make the decision on the stabilization of an insane god.
It seems as though the logic seems very fair. There is a lot of thought that has been put into this, and there is a lot of possibility that it could go wrong, but as anything, I mean, we tried to fight a lich, and that didn't go very well for us. Within possibility and probability, it seems valid. It seems as though it is a valid possibility with minimal loss and worth enduring, worth pursuing.
Good enough for me. I'm in as well.
So we've the only one issue.
Oh, I'm absolutely down.
One issue.
We know you're down.
Worked on me.
This only comes to one person. There's only one person among us right now that has connection enough to Celelio to actually get a prayer or deal heard.
Hey, Merc. Your job. You could do a good pat on the
Don't
shoulder.
do it here, please.
I'm not gonna do it here. Although Merc's eyes definitely flick to a nearby fireplace and then just decides against
No,
it.
bad.
Okay. Why the fuck did she have to be right though?
What?
She said I would come back to her. I'd come back crawling asking for her help, and I fucking am.
Well, you're not crawling
This
for her
isn't-
help. You're literally
Yeah.
strutting up with the best deal she's ever seen.
You're presenting a bargain. You're negotiating on a relatively even level.
So
Macasio,
Elio, I've
calling
come
back.
to bargain.
no,
Also, I
Precisely.
care for you very deeply. You are very much the kind of person who, if you feel like you've been slighted, you don't want to have anything to do with that person ever again, even if it could be good for you or have positive repercussions at the end.
Macasio, you asked me a long time ago. What does it mean to become a paladin? And the advice I gave you was that you no longer serve the gods serve you. Reach out to Ceruvian at your at your leisure. But make no mistake, you are offering her a deal. It is not the other way around anymore. He needs to earn something from you.
Okay.
Now breathe. And get your wife's soul back.
Merc will straighten up. Ugh.
That's more
All
like
right.
it.
Can we get out of this dusty old place now?
Well, no, I quite like it.
It's rude.
No
I'm
offense.
literally offering nothing but solutions.
Mhm.
I know.
And it's
I
a
know.
very lovely crypt as well, if you don't mind me saying.
Thank you.
That's
It's the
good
crypt of the
scope.
man I loved.
Mm-hmm.
There was no offense intended.
Guys,
I
we did
never
crypt-
thought I'd
we
be
did-
wishing for more sand.
We did crypts and bloods in this session.
Fuck my life.
We did, yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
Right, let's
boy.
get back to our journey, shall we?
He spreads his hand longer, and you see the same sort of whirlpool style of blood forming. Right?
Oh, this is gonna be terrible for my hooves.
You whoop, whoop. And you get put back.
Good
Kind of very similar location. You can see like the blood stain in the sand, like 50 foot back from where you were drilling. I wasn't too far off.
You couldn't put us closer?
I did my best.
Yeah.
I mean, the stars do
Thanks.
kind of do the moving thing as time moves on and all that other fun shit.
True.
All right. Is it nighttime now? Well, of course it's nighttime now, but
Mhm.
do we need to camp for the night?
Yes, let me wake up in the
Well,
sun.
Yeah, we should
during the
probably
day,
just
whatever.
keep walking.
How far are we from the,
Maybe
Oasis?
just under 40 minutes.
All right, perfect. We can hit
Then
it.
let's push on. Do you need to take a form or hide or disappear when we get close if the sun starts to come up? How does this work? I'm not a vampire yet.
I
don't
can
know the
last in the
rules.
sun for a little while, but I'd rather not.
Yeah, let's rather
Yeah.
not. Do you need an umbrella? I've got a
No.
cloak.
We should hit the shifting storm before sunrise.
And the shifting storm
mean-
is good enough obscurity to
It
protect
will.
you from the sun? Or
Once we get
how
into
does
the
that work?
oasis, I will need to find shelter quickly, though.
Because I can do the the tiefling like black cloud darkness thing if needed. If
I mean,
we're
I can also
desperate.
do that.
Oh.
Tiefling black cloud of darkness, what?
Oh.
It's the darkness spell.
Yeah.
I don't have that. What do you mean
Yes.
a tiefling thing?
It's more. It's the same way that I can do this, and Merc will shoot a ray of frost up into the sky. I can
Different.
also.
Oh, that's
I
a,
put
that's
it
a
on
new
you
thing.
before.
That doesn't mean it's all tieflings.
I
No,
put it on
it's-
you before, Zamani. You little sniper.
I mean,
hive.
yeah, but I didn't know it was a
Alright.
tiefling thing.
We're 40 minutes out.
Samuel's are like 50 foot up. He's just walking. So,
Oh yeah, we've been walking too.
We've got to catch
Thun-
up.
Thunderstep. Let's go.
Merc will just fly up. It's easier
Blink
than
dagger, blink
walking
dagger, blink
with
dagger.
hooves.
Oh, Zephyros.
Yes.
I was told that you had a new companion. Before we get.
You look over and see the giant ward.
No, it's a Chihuahua right now.
Oh, I
yes,
forgot.
absolutely.
I'm familiar with the cat
Zeph
thing.
Zeph will pull a very sleepy-looking Chihuahua out of their side pack. This is
That's
Queenie.
so
Oh.
cute.
Tiny dog in a
my-
handbag. Feel like that is on brand.
God, she's so cute. Is it
She's
like one of the
adorable,
full
isn't she?
bug-eyed?
It looks like she's going to try to bite my hand off if I get close.
Yes, I would be very careful. The smaller dogs are the most angriest.
Yeah,
Mm.
terrifying
Oh, she's absolutely
already.
fueled by rage, and I love it.
Has it got the collar on?
She does have the collar on.
Yeah, cool. So I kind of get what's going on here.
Would you like to meet Queenie?
Sure. Only if it's
How
not
do
an
dogs go on
inconvenience to put the
sand?
Wait. Yeah,
Big
is the
pads.
sand gonna be a problem? Like you're gonna probably have to like clean it up or something later, right?
Oh, I think it'll be fine. It's time for her bath anyway. And I toss Queenie
Yeet.
and snap and say the command word.
It's like the fucking.
You see, it's just like
Simba,
what turns in midair to this large fucking woven creature. This warg falls and just like still fully on its back, just snoring.
Ta-da!
Kind of slides
But I
down the
guess
sand a
that-
little bit, still asleep.
That's
That is
threatening
Queenie.
even while still being asleep.
Queenie is a remarkable creature. Is able to fall asleep on a dime and stay asleep as long as she would like to.
That's fair. Have fun putting the collar back on her. Her head looks very heavy.
Oh, her head is very heavy, yes.
Yeah,
Do you
you're
need
gonna
the
have
collar
to
is
kinda
still-
wrestle that under the sand.
The collar is still on her. It's just bigger.
Oh, I
now.
thought you had to take it off to do the thing.
Oh, no. It's just a snap thing.
Oh, okay, understandable. Yay.
The snap
The-
band.
it is a good
So,
thing that
have you
do
ever taken
mention-
a dog to the beach?
Oh, yeah.
Like getting sand out is going to be fucking horrible.
Oh,
This
yeah.
giant warg
Look,
is
the
just like kind
sand-
of like doing that thing on the back. It's just like sleeping, like itching its back
Oh,
with the sand.
Oh no.
Look, the desert sand is gonna help with the smell of decaying flesh that is coming from this warg. So
True.
True.
At least it's not.
it's a
damp
deodorant.
sand.
Also, at this point, you see Queenie kind of rumbles and just.
Good morning, Queenie.
It's nighttime.
Takes a couple
Zeph.
steps forward and like so Zeph is like almost directly behind and just starts digging and pelting Zeph with sand.
Just immediately, just like. "Ugh."
So how do you deal with sand in your feathers? Does it get stuck in all the little like veins or whatever?
You just kind of, you just fluff out and then you just shake.
Well, it's like a dust
What?
bath. Kind
As
of,
Zeph is
isn't
saying
it?
this, pump, 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 pump.
Every time he opens his beak, he just fills with sand.
Cactus just
Is it-
gets caught up in
Oh,
the
no.
digging and just.
This is the closest I've ever been to a ward. Usually I'm about 120 or
120 feet exactly.
yeah.
Measured with a tape measure, just literally.
I said
Severus.
about.
That is an incredible creature. You're 2 for 2 now. Where did you
Well,
meet her?
I'm glad you think so because Queenie is a little bit of a bitch.
Well, she's a lot of a bitch by the looks of it. Speaking
Yeah.
literally, of course.
Of course. And figuratively. And emotively and in spirit.
Queenie just stops digging and just.
And I'm pretty sure she can understand every word we're saying.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes bitches gotta stick together.
Hmm. Fair enough.
And why do you think I hang out with all of you?
Wow, Zamani.
And that was quite good.
Fucking rude. Manners are free, Zamani.
Would she come?
No, I ain't got time for that. Time is money.
Response to it? Shit.
Where did you meet her, Zephyrus?
In the world. That's really about it.
Yeah, that
Look
checks
Queenie
back
out.
came
again.
up to me. Queenie came up to me and needed help. So,
Queenie is
No.
over here like, fuck you.
Queenie,
Help or
Queenie,
dinner?
I'm the one telling the story right now. Okay?
Also, Queenie, fully able to communicate in common, just does not wish to.
Did she want help or did she
Bitch.
want dinner?
She probably wanted help first and then dinner afterwards. Helped herself to a couple of my own rations. After I
I
bandaged
was
her.
more meaning you.
Oh. Well, no, she's tried. Still can't catch me.
I'd be careful saying that around her.
No, she could use the training. She has become a little overweight over the last couple of months.
She just she starts. You see, she's like skulking up beside Zeph. Or she's just getting like low face right next to him.
I appreciate you coming on this journey with us, Queenie. It is all for fun.
Bats him with the paw, just like.
She looks at you. And gets like close, like eye up next to yours. Turns and just like half body full licks you, and her breath smells like rotting flesh. And now you do too.
Oh. Oh, it's always the worst.
Oh, and then
Well,
as soon as the
I mean,
wind blows, you're gonna have wet sand stuck to you too.
I like this.
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Queenie just
that's
shakes in the
all
sand,
of
just.
Oh,
It's just like
that's-
half
that's-
of Zeph is just like covered in sand. I was like,
Yeah.
that's the thing about feathers I was going to mention.
See.
Putting
Wet
my-
feathers. Dry feathers are very nice for repelling sand. Wet feathers, on the other hand, not as nice. Thank you very much, Queenie. I definitely did not deserve that, you bitch.
She just kind of very slowly just met him. She's like going down for your leg. Just
No, 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 no.
Oh.
Look, I see you. Unfortunately, stealth is not one of your fortes.
just starts walking on ahead.
Go
Look
find
up.
yourself a snack. I'm sure in the desert it tastes like jerky.
Look up towards where Samael's walking. Can we see the oasis now?
Yeah, you can now see there's this sandstorm just.
Oh, you're gonna be extra sandy.
I'll do what I can to mitigate that. The storm,
No, no,
as you will remember, Zamani, a little bit of my speciality.
Well, yes, but I'm talking about Zeph being licked just now by a giant worm and being covered in sticky, yucky slobber.
Oh no, it's
no.
actually very helpful. It's like a hairdryer. It just like completely like dries you out.
Don't give him hope. I'm going to put the sand in him.
Oh, understandable. Got it. We're mummifying Zeph. I see.
That being said, if anybody knows prestidigitation, that would be very nice.
Oh, I do, but I don't want to piss off your work.
Oh no, this will not piss off the warg.
I look at the work and go.
She
"Would
gives
you
a
be upset
stink
if I
eye back.
undid
She's
your
just
good
like-
work. Yeah,
Just-
see, thought so.
I thought, don't you
Nope.
fucking dare.
I'm not getting what happened to you. No, thank
No, you see, that's not pissing off the warg. Pissing off the warg is Queenie coming after you and biting both of your legs off, followed by your head.
Okay, I'm not antagonizing the word. Then is that better?
These are brand
Yes,
new
but that
legs.
is- you asked about pissing off the warg. That is how you piss off the warg.
Can we just refer
Yeah,
to
okay,
her
but-
as Queenie as opposed to the warg? Like,
mean, she's
seems
the
a
only
little
warg.
demeaning.
What other
She seems a
war
bit
could we be
demeaning.
talking about?
No, it's a title. Queenie
It's
likes
like
it.
if I call you the Genasi. It's like, what the fuck?
Whoa,
Kinda
buddy.
rude.
Calm down.
Exactly.
That's a little racist.
It's a little
As you hear
different,
kinda
I
from
believe,
up on the
considering
dune in
the
front of
fact
you.
that Queenie likes it.
Kind of go, all right, the mortals were here.
Thanks, the undead.
As he's kind of standing at the edge where you just see this sand, he's just like literally battering at the front of him, and he just goes, I don't like this part.
Is there any special process here or just walking straight through?
Oh no, now we wait.
Oh,
Right, that is the most
Oh,
part.
okay. Oh, this is where the whole banditry part comes in, right?
Yeah, in a minute in a few minutes we'll have all the Ceruvian elves. They have like sand ships that basically glide around the desert, and they use
Right.
the winds of the sandstorm to skirt the edges.
Right.
So we
I
wait for
also
them.
love
shoes.
Avatar.
I mean, why wait? And I would like to use Storm Guide to stop the wind blowing in the direction that blocks us, and I will push it to blow away from us so we can walk through.
You're
Like
parting the
Moses
storm, very
parting the
good.
regs.
But it's quicker to
Donovan
get in there on a
Sanders.
ship rather than walking. But I suppose we
Donovan
could walk.
summons a rude sandstorm to counter the sandstorm.
It's the rude sandstorm.
can I see any shapes or anything in the storm? My
No,
enhanced
your vision within the sandstorm is limited to 15 feet.
Ooh.
100 feet.
100 feet for you? Ooh.
100 feet radius around me. The wind splits. and my eyes go white as I do this, with little crackles
Imagine-
of lightning in between my eyes.
There's a ship 100 foot within, like, near us, and it just fucking drops out of the sky because you've stopped the wind.
No, they're not in the sky. They're on the ground. They
They
sail
travel
around
along
us.
the sand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can do this.
It's like
I
a
can do
sand,
this
it's like a
as
sand glider.
I can
Yeah.
do this as long as we
Yeah.
like, but it requires a little bit of focus. What do we want to do?
I mean, I'm good to wait
Yeah,
for them
we
to
can
come
start
here and
walking.
to give them the offering. It's really up to you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, that does seem to be the polite thing to do, and the right way to
Yeah.
make a.
Although I'm sure they're going to find
An
us much
entrance,
easier now, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's send them a message. How tall is the storm?
Oh, thousands of feet.
Oh, well, I can't send a storm upwards instead.
But as you talk
Well,
about
so
this,
really-
maybe like 5 minutes in the storm, you can hear like calls, Marquette Steel first, in the distance of people as shouts in Elvish come through.
Right.
There's a fair bit of swearing. Wow.
Hey, I know those words.
Those words are... They
Maybe
fucking
the ones my
carry.
father taught you.
Samantha,
Oh,
your
no,
Elvish
no,
is
I
really
didn't
coming
learn-
along.
Thanks. Yeah. I learned these from your dad, actually.
That's about right.
Oh, these are upper class swear words. When we're
Mm.
drinking later, remind me to tell you the real ones.
Oh,
I
no,
can't
these
wait.
these are the real ones. Trust me. He knows them all.
So, as you try and say this, again, the storm goes closer, and you see this kind of made of kind of like driftwood style ship with these sails that just catch the sandstorm and pull through. As a couple ships start circling around you, and Samael calls out in Elvish, so those of you that know that will be able to pick up what he's saying, and he gives a name and announces himself as Samael has arrived, Saint of Undeath. I've spoken to you before. Need I best you again? And the ships kind of come to a still, and someone kind of very much like wrapped in like fabrics and textiles, this kind of cloak around their face pulls something down off their mouth, and they go, "These are the people you mentioned. Fine. Get in the ships. We do not want to dally long."
Righto.
Thank you.
I will make it the eye of the storm inside of where we're getting on the ships. And then I'll climb aboard and drop it.
Yeah. So as you again, this is very like you see these like people are like, completely like covered in fabrics, like to protect themselves from the sandstorm. And about 40 to 50 minutes later, sun you can see is like the sandstorm is getting brighter, but it blocks the sun completely. You can just kind of tell by the hues of bronze and copper in the air that it's getting a bit brighter outside. And eventually you come to a point where it's getting quiet, and almost like the ground itself is creeping away from you. You find yourself eventually coming to a towering rock face cliff that kind of is moving in tandem with the storm, very slowly but noticeably. And you look through, it is beautiful. Flowers of every color. A great oasis lies in front, just brimming with water. You see people walking around. You see elves with rich bronze skin, hair of coppers and reds, some even having light pinks of a desert sunset. Their eyes earthy tones, although shorter on the elven standard, averaging about 6'3" in the crowd, although most of them very agile. You kind of see that they have larger ears than typical elves, and they kind of almost like twitch to the sounds a little bit more than what you would expect. A lot of them have longer hairs, and most of them wear ornate clothes with beads or feathers, something that is reclaimed from the wildlife around. The ears are quite expressive, and a lot of them start looking towards you as you get closer. And there's concern, there's like people reaching for weapons, kind of, but then the ships come through, and the man who seemed to speak to Samael as they take off their head wraps and all, they've got this beautiful long auburn hair, their ears. One of them is like scarred on the top left, and he calls out in Elvish that get my name right here. He says the Storm Rider has returned. And then there's people that kind of go to meet their loved ones. Some of the elves that were on the ship start making their way towards the center, meeting friends and family. They start unloading stuff off the ships that they've gotten from the previous night's raids. And Samuel looks to you, and he's like kind of just beelining for a building. And he goes, as he's kind of like, he's got a shield just above his head, trying to stop any form of sun from hitting him. But it is beautiful. It is a different kind of civilization than you are used to. But it is beautiful. It seems to be a very delicate balance.
As soon as the glider had come to a halt, Zeph just goes. Is very impressed by it.
Hell yeah.
Remarkable.
You will have all noticed that standing at the peak of the ship, Donovan was just looking into the storm, the wind kind of fading around him as he looks into the heart of it. No fear to the storm, but the wind itself and all the sand in that sandstorm just shapes itself around him and does not hit his eyes or none of his body. Just not phased and not affected by that storm.
All right. Samuel's walking out. He kind of turns back as he has the shield above his head. We're going to need to speak to Soraya. Come on, quick.
All right.
Right.
Zeph
Kelson
begins
just
to get
like
up, and like 20 pounds of sand just falls out of his feathers.
He's just significantly lighter now.
Oh, feels much better.
Non-Ceruvian sand falls out again. You're muted, Jen.
His feathers, they're not sticky, but they're a little grabby with all their little hooks and things. So he's probably also like a lighter shade as well.
Probably, yeah. So you know how
Yeah.
when like hair is like a little like oily, like it begins
he's
to like
very
clump together.
dusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like all the little like micro hairs and like the feathers are just
He's
like
got
all
Zeph
clumped
locks.
in one direction. Sure.
Damn.
So as you get like,
Oof.
there's not really
Follow
like
Sammy.
you see, there's not many like buildings or anything, but as you get closer, you start to notice like this honeycomb style pattern in the cliff face. As you get closer, Marquez, you're the first one to notice, and in the cliff face, you can see there's little abodes cut into the cliff that is moving with the sand.
I'll point it out to Zamani and the others. Just
Oh,
homes. That is
that's
so
very
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's how they do it.
There is some
This is
tent
very
set up, but you
interesting.
can see like when you're sitting here, you it's like Marquez, you probably notice the most. The center of the storm shifts slowly. The tents may only move like 10, 20 feet in a day, but like they'll be packing them up every night and moving them. Most of it moves with the Oasis, though. As you guys get through, though, you see Samuel's kind of as he gets into this like hive-like honeycomb area, and he just starts like weaving through the corridors until he comes to a room, and it's got these beautiful silks draped all out in front of it. And he goes, all right. Inside is, well, one of the leaders, Lay Weaver, Soraya, Tansoran. They are in charge of, well, with the head Storm Rider. So, respect, this is akin to their ruler.
Right.
Any sort of customs that we should respect
Shoes
in
off.
terms of?
If you have shoes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm off. Tip all the
That's
sand
it.
out.
Merc
That
just
means
buffs
booties
her
for
hooves
you,
a little
Merc.
bit. Yeah. Yeah.
As you get
I know
in,
you have at least 3 pairs. You were given so many.
As in put them on or take them off?
I said put them on. You can't take off your shoes.
Okay. True.
as you walk into the main abode, you see a woman kind of sitting there, cross-legged on the ground with a table, tea set up around her. She's kind of talking to a couple of advisors. She's got a beautiful olive skin tone. She's got dark brown eyes. You see she has long flowing hair that's got intricate braids and feathers woven into it. It seems to follow kind of the bronze and coppers of the Ceruvian sun. She's doesn't. It's difficult to place her age as on the Elvish scale. It's, between 3 and 500 is very similar in appearance. But she's got beautiful fabrics all wrapped around her, and she kind of sees you all come through and kind of locks eyes on Calicindir. I knew you'd be coming. I've dreamt of you.
Well, I'm honored to be received by you.
Please, all of you, have a seat. Have a seat.
Thank you. You're most gracious. I'm very curious, though. What did your dreams tell of my appearance here?
Well, we'll wait to see which dream it is that comes true.
I know the feeling well.
I do not know you all by name, though. My name is Soraya Tansoran. I am the leader, the lay weaver. I dictate our people's movements. I predict the flow of the oasis and guide us through it. Who all like you? I know your saint that brings you here has heralded you.
Zamani, it's a pleasure to meet you.
I am Calicindia Thalcalzia.
Mercastile.
Oh, my name is Zephyros.
I'm Donovan Bailey.
I know many reasons why you could have come, but why did you come to the oasis?
I suppose only honesty will serve us here. We have come to claim a shard of the Guiding Light.
I did not know your people still remembered the name.
Few do, but those who have walked along a path, well, we have learnt it and we have retained it. As I do my best to reclaim what is right.
The rest of us are here to support a good friend. Yeah, Cal.
You come to take something very important to our people, something we protected from the beginning.
Time has come there. The shards are being returned. I have already given 3 to him.
You have seen him.
And I have. And I have seen to it that the pathway back to the luminous expanse is opened once more. His light shines through.
Do you call yourself Dawnhand?
I do not know if I can call myself that yet. He called me that, but I suppose I am. But it's not something that I have come to call myself. In time.
Welcome, Dawnhand Calicindia. If he heralds you as such, we greet you as such.
I'm honored.
If you need proof, he does also have the staff.
I can see that.
Oh, I didn't know if he could, I don't know if he always keeps it out or if he keeps it in the hole or what, you know.
It's always out.
Okay.
He just whips it out on
know that, my
command.
Yeah.
Zamani didn't say anything because it was really obvious.
Our people have guarded it for so long. I never thought the day would come when we lose it.
I know the feeling. But there are forces in the world that have perhaps sped up this whole process faster than I would have come here, but it has become necessary to see that his return is imminent. I do not know how much you have seen or how much you have told, but there, amongst the Ascended, one who, well, Lezephican, the name he goes by, seeks to devour what he can of the Guiding Light.
I'm aware of this Lezephican. A few of his priests tried to come to the oasis to search the shard like you did. They were not worthy of the oasis. They were not worthy of the storm around them.
I'm glad to hear that. It is a
Everyone
relief
knows
to me
you
to
are
know
worthy.
that it depends whether or not his word means or holds weight. I am unsure of the beliefs of your people, what traditions you hold to now.
Do you know our origin of what we were?
Unfortunately not. Much outside was lost to us after the fall.
Well, we weren't like the Prescient or the Starless. That we were akin to his knights. We fought bravely. And we fled when he fell. I'm not opposed to giving you the shot, but you need to prove yourself, as his word cannot be confirmed. We will leave it up to fate. I will arrange a trial for 2 days from now. Take your time to prepare. You may
Yeah.
bring your friends into it, if you so wish, or you
I
may
would very
face it
much.
alone.
I would very much like to have them by my side. They have been with me thus far. It feels only right for them to stay there.
Rooms will be arranged for you. Now, leave me to think. I must figure out what fate has in store for you.
Of course. Is there anywhere around the oasis where I may learn more of your people and your history? I would very much like to learn of, well, I suppose a forgotten part of our kind to the rest of us.
We have many storytellers around. We do not write history. It is passed down from generation to generation. You may go, just listen.
That I shall. Thank you once again for your gracious hospitality.
You're welcome. I hope you can prove yourself to be the person you claim to be.
I hope so as well. Very much so. But thank you for your time. Give a bow.
So, as you all start heading out, there's a couple Ceruvian elves that are just kind of there with like various items and belongings, and just got like kind of bundles of cloth and textiles. And they start walking in a direction and speaking. These ones already speak Elvish completely, and kind of calling to us, "Follow us. We will find you a home, somewhere to place." as walking through. It's maybe like a couple, like 2 floors up and a little bit deeper back in. It's a bit cold, but you find this like large kind of cutout space where it's just the entire like the stone floor is just covered by fabrics and textiles, just kind of like mishmash laid out on top of each other, pillows and all just thrown around. Thing of note, there is no doors in any of these places. There's just like curtains hanging in front of everything. So whatever in here, it is very trusting in this place for inside the oasis.
Yeah.
But they
If
put
you've made
down
it
like
this
extra blankets and pillows for you, and one of them kind of leans to Cassandir and explains kind of where it's only sunrise. Come midday, there will be a feast out in the oasis, and there will be dinner in the oasis as well, communal as well.
Thank you.
And then they leave.
Kind.
You have the place to yourself.
So just to note, everyone here does speak Elvish, right? Perfect. Zeph, I do want to ask you though, how did you learn Undercommon? While we're here, just a brief moment. Speaking
How
of
do you know
languages.
Undercommon and not Elvish? I mean,
Well, Undercommon is one of the texts that is used for a lot of the ruins that I used to explore. It is very useful to know a little bit of Undercommon, to know the difference between a bathroom and a trap.
That
That's
is
fair.
interesting. I just would not have thought it made it to the surface, but
To
I'm
be
pleased to
quite
hear
frank,
so.
it technically did not make it to the surface because a lot of those ruins are underground. Not quite as far underground as you all are, but there is a little bit of overlap that does happen at least 200 feet below the ground.
Interesting.
But no, I do not speak Elvish, but if we are staying here for quite a while, as long as I'm actively observing interactions, I should be able to pick it up enough.
I'm not much in the ways of these kinds of politics, so stick close and I'll translate what I can. And I will functionally act as translator for Zeph, so that Zeph can speak Elvish.
I do have something from my background, which is very rare that anything in a character's background comes up. It's called
So
Adept
good.
Linguist, where if I can communicate with humanoids who don't speak any language that you know, as long as I'm observing humanoids interacting for at least a day, I can pick up the language. Just enough.
Damn. The talent.
I mean, there would be a lot of Elvish crosstalk in Ariel Keep the days prior to this.
That's
So,
true.
yeah.
So maybe picked up like a little bit, especially
Yeah.
with some of the mimicry, but
Well,
with
in that case, let's all switch to Elvish, and Zeph, when you can't keep up, let me know.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Mhm.
It's also good
Food.
practice.
I understand that it may be slightly harder with my dialect, but if you need me to slow down at all, let me know.
You sound so posh.
It's more just old, which is strangely enough quite similar to how they speak it here, but
The posh is just because he's a prince. Everything else makes it sound like
Yes.
he's like an elf from like 8 billion years ago.
Actually, yeah, true. You can make Infernal sound posh. Which actually sometimes it is.
No, Inferno is suave. It's never really
Mhm.
posh.
Depends on the Infernal you meet, I guess.
I've never heard it sound posh before.
Well, make no mistake, Donovan's Elvish is not, "Hello, I'm Calasindir." But it's more like,
going,
"G'day, Cobber, how you going?"
You want to go get a pint?
Yeah,
I
I'm
imagine
speaking.
as well.
I'm speaking
like
Elvish.
some-
It's fine.
Yeah.
I picked this up from, ABC Kids. No worries. I've been watching too much Bluey.
Pick this up at a truck stop, mate.
There's no such thing as too much bluey.
Yeah, true.
Don't speak the old words to me, Jen. I was there when they were written.
Yeah. I love Americans acting like they know Bloom. It's like, we were there. We were there.
Okay, we
Fuck
didn't know.
off.
We got it later. It's not our fault. We didn't have access to it.
And now,
Now
it's
you know
taking
how
over the
Australia
internet.
feels for most of the other things.
So, as you
Yeah.
say, get settled into the room. There's a couple of things left to do. Samael's kind of like getting comfortable. He's taking off his armor, he's putting his shield and his sword down, which you know are just like celestial relics, both his sword and his shield. He's just leaning them up against the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go and check him out.
Yeah, you can go
Especially
over.
the sword.
If I make my glamour weave into like desert like attire to protect from the sand, does it actually protect from the sand?
No, it just looks like it does.
Okay, got it. Cool. I wasn't
But
sure.
if you,
look the
if you
part
stay
and that's
close
about
enough by, any sand that gets near Donnie, and I'll keep it within about 30 feet, will just drop.
Well, there's no
There'll be
sand in
no
the oasis.
wind.
It's the center of the storm. It's perfectly still.
Oh yeah, no, I was just wondering conceptually how it worked.
Yeah,
So,
and
Donnie,
I'll
you
just
walk
keep,
over.
I'll just keep that up.
There is an obsidian longsword on top of silver shield just sitting there.
Oof.
I mean, it's a nice shield. The sword's quite nice, though.
And they're functional.
What does it do?
It works.
Functions, clearly.
Well, in the right hands, any sword would work.
No, there's no, my swords from actually before I was a saint, and my shield from before I was a saint. I had them when I fought in the 300-year war.
Where does it come from?
Ruin somewhere. Ruins.
All good swords are stolen from somewhere.
No, it was ancient.
Oh, I
Take the-
don't mean that as I don't mean that as a derogatory term.
No, my God, I don't know who made it. He won't tell me.
He?
Yeah. Pick him up. He'll speak to you.
Oh. Do you mind?
Go for it.
And I'll reach out gingerly, just keeping an eye on Samael, trying to be respectful of picking up a celestial relic.
Pick up the sword, is like, hey, how you doing, mate?
G'day, Collar, how you going?
Suddenly, everything is Australian.
You're right. It's from the land down under. I will pick up the sword.
You notice your hand kind of
And-
almost tightens around it. Like your hand like pulls into it, and you just hear a voice come to you. You go, "Oh, hello there. That's someone new that I haven't seen in quite a new person in a long time.
Just a visitor.
What's your name?"
Donovan. And yours?
Gorathale.
Corathale. A pleasure. It's been a while since I've held something quite so strong. I'm kind of trying to resist the sword trying to take over the arm. What is your story? You're a fine weapon.
Taken many lives. Been about for quite a long time.
Yes, well, taking off lives is our business.
Hey, Des, what does my divine sense tell me about the sword?
Celestial?
Celestial positive, celestial
That
negative?
doesn't clarify that for you.
Damn it. Is it celestial derogatory?
How long have you been with him?
I don't exactly keep track of time that well. We stay in the dark
Uh,
for a long time, but since we fought giants a little before. You
I
didn't
was
best
giant,
him,
but-
did you?
Huh. Not yet. Working on it.
You feel weak.
Yes, working on that too.
What's your name?
So how? I said Donovan. Pay attention. How well do you kill?
Better than anything you've swung before.
Tell me.
You are brazen. That is cute.
Yes, and I could put you down. Answer the question.
I mean, put me down all you like. I've not anywhere to
Drop.
go.
I drop the sword.
He's a bit of a dick, isn't he? He's a bit of a dick.
Oh yes,
Please.
but when you're creating a new friendship, it's important to set boundaries.
Does the shield talk too?
I'll pick the
No,
sword
the shield
back up.
doesn't talk.
Yeah.
So,
So false promises then, right? So false promises.
well, healthy boundaries. But I am interested. Were you always a sword?
For when it mattered.
Oh, come on. Don't tease me here.
I mean,
What were you before you were a sword?
I was a cast out before I was a sword.
Cast out from who?
I mean,
You weren't a giant and a traitor, were you?
No, not a giant, filthy creatures. No.
All right. Come on, don't be in suspense. We're having a conversation here.
I mean, I'm being
I-
wielded
I-
by
I-
a celestial, a saint.
Well, I could give you back to him if you find his conversation charming. But
I
I,
don't.
yeah,
I was a celestial, an angel cast out
Alright.
of Robersa.
there we go. Cool. I don't really care about how you're cast out, but why a sword? Why now?
It's easier to maintain than an angelic form.
You want to be an angel again?
No. I wish to satiate a bloodthirst and the thrill of battle that I get.
When was the last time you bled? Not you bled, but when was the last time you drew blood?
A few days ago,
properly.
we fought some of the Ceruvian elves. We showed them their weakness. We did not kill,
I guess
but
that.
we got close.
Did that disappoint you?
No, I do not need it. I had enough blood.
All right.
Removes cat.
Farewell, Big Chungus.
No, that's little Chungus.
Yeah.
Little cutie more like.
I do not need to kill. I am not so impatient. I do not care for the bloodshed for bloodshed's sake. I wish to be bested in battle. I wish to have the battles that are memorable. I don't care if it's cutting down weaklings.
And do you get many memorable battles now? Or is it just?
Well, we've had a lot.
Are you
of
just? Are you
memorable
now
battles.
just? Yeah, yes, but time. When was the last time you had a really good fight?
Well, I think less than a year ago we blooded a god, so that was good.
Would you like to blood another one?
I believe that is the plan, I'm being told.
Oh yes.
I look forward to going back to Robersa. There are a few people I wish to pick a bone with.
I hope you get the chance. I've asked you several questions. I'm more than happy to give you the opportunity. I feel like it's been a while since you've talked to someone new.
No. I don't particularly care.
All right then. Last question. Does he fight well,
Better than
or is it
any
just
before.
or is it just you doing the work?
I have never known a warrior quite so good.
Damn, I was hoping he was all talk.
He is not. And together
ready to
we
go?
are strong.
I'm going to put you back to the shield now.
Very well.
This has been fun. Something for your trouble, and I'll slice my finger across the blade.
You're sour.
That's what they keep telling me. So picky. And I'll put the sword down.
Yeah, Samuel's kind of just like getting like strapping armor off, like doffing heavy armor. Because see, bit of a dick. Good sword though.
Your sword's an asshole.
Samani, you're muted.
I always love
I
seeing
hate
that
it here.
rage.
I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here.
Very
Anyways,
cold
No, you
sword.
don't.
so,
That's
believe
why.
it or not, that's not the first talking sword we've come across.
Oh man, I was
There was-
pantomiming him grabbing my arm, and now my arm's all numb.
So
Who's
there
the
was
other
this
one?
really interesting magic shop in some fucking city, I don't remember where. And in it there was a big sword hanging above the shopkeeps. But the whole thing about the sword was that it didn't like to fight and it felt pain whenever you swung it. So it was kind of a big whiner baby.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Right.
Right? Someone got turned
Love
into a
that
sword and
fucker.
it hurts.
It doesn't speak much, but my staff is actually sentient as well.
What?
The best ones are.
Yes, it has the soul, I suppose, the essence of the Sphinx that was guarding it.
What?
True. Oh, how sad is the Sphinx? Wait, how sad is the Sphinx?
Are you sad?
I mean,
No, it's not. It's not sad.
you did tell them.
Of course.
Okay.
Also,
And then
I told Nate there. For reference, Gorthale is a
sad.
+5 longsword.
Oh.
Understandable.
I want to cry.
How badly does Nate want to use that sword?
No, I want
Why?
to see the other parts of that.
Mm.
One stat bot,
I mean-
please, Des.
If you're lucky. That's an epilogue question.
My hammer was technically sentient at one point. You know.
I mean, my bow's not sentient, but it's basically powered by my own soul. Does that count?
Tell us
Very
I
cool.
again.
don't think this is sentient. Hello? Ting
May I?
ting ting.
Calicidea, may I hold your stuff for a minute?
Don, he's just trying to make friends with all the weapons.
No, I'm
Yeah,
going
it
to.
is.
No, I'm the one that killed the Sphinx.
Oh,
I would
that's
like to. I
true.
would like to apologize.
Of course. Hands it across.
I'll hold the staff and open my mind to the staff talking.
It's very, as Cassandra said, it's very quiet. You'll have to initiate this.
Are you there?
I always am.
I'm a friend of Calicindia. My name is Donovan, and I met. Fuck, I had this in notes. What was the name of the Sphinx?
I can
What
get that.
episode was that?
It was
68, maybe? No. Earlier than that. Before
Next
I lost
campaign,
my mind.
I'm making a searchable document of just NPCs for the
Yeah.
session that we met them in, and a
Tarota,
short
Taro-
recap
Tirahita
of who they
Kadu.
are.
Hirohito. Yeah.
Tarada Kadu.
Yeah, 56.
I met Hirohito.
Oh, you met Tarada. That's good.
Urota, thank you. It was not. There was an impasse. And
I'm
by
aware.
it was by my sword that Tarota fell. It was a mutual agreement or mutual disagreement and acceptance. I don't mean to placate you or inconvenience you or seek your blessing. I know how hard it is to lose someone you love, and I offer my apology. Unreserved and without any condition.
He died protecting and doing his duty, did he not?
He did, and he died valiantly and with honor.
Then you need not apologize. He has gone to where he must be now, thanks to the Dawn Hand.
On behalf of the Dawn Hand and myself, I offer my condolences.
Thank you. I will miss them, but I will be reunited when my purpose is done.
I assure you, you are in good hands. The Dawnhand is a kind and honorable prophet, and you can't hear this is in my head.
I know.
And his heart is in the right place. You serve a worthy wielder. If that is any consolation.
I know he is. I saw many versions of him, but the one that I thought would be best came to pass.
I'm glad we see the same person. I'm going to give you back to him now. Thank you for tolerating my humility.
Thank you for your sympathies. So, as you pass the
Farewell.
stuff back to Calicindir, that is where we're going to end the session because we're just at the mark. As Donnie spends
Hey.
time wrapping
Good timing.
conversations with all the weapons in existence. Thanks so much for everyone who hung out today. Thank you for everyone for the follows today. Thank you for the raids today. It's been really, really great. I love having everyone here, and it's honestly just a blast DMing for this group. If you like what you saw today, please consider following us if you're not already. That'd mean a lot to us. But if you want to go a little bit above and beyond, we've got a dono goal up there. We're trying to get an animated intro for our next campaign. If you thought some of the lore today was a little confusing, same. We're getting an animated intro that'll explain the lore of the world up to the point you need to know for the next campaign. If it's within your means, it'd be really cool. Other than that, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Bye.